Hey guys, welcome to the stream. This is Rod Arriagada coming to you live from the Hangar, Billiards, and Sports Lounge. We're here at 121 Scurfield Blvd, and we're here for the Sunday Open 8-Ball Tournament. This is B-side semi-final matchup between Hanyu and BRIAN KENASCHUK, and they're just in their match. It's 2 games in. BRIAN KENASCHUK winning the first 2 games. Hanyu at the table right now, trying to get back in the match. Down by 2, racing to 5. His opponent's race to 4. So only needs 2 more games, while Hanyu needs 5. FargoRates are a 610 for Hanyu and a 475 for BRIAN KENASCHUK. Tough to try to get this the 6 ball out from here, only because the 9 ball's in the way. And just slightly, I mean, technically you can avoid the 9 ball and just play a spin around, but then you got to be pretty perfect by the side pocket if you're going to do that. Yeah, that was the problem. The 9 ball was going to be in the way, so you needed to get above the side pocket for him to try to get it out. And it would have required a lot of extra effort on that. You might have a decent chance here because you can at least bank it. It's calling the bank to the side. Makes the 8 ball. He's on the board. 2-1. Moving into rack number 4 now. 2-1 lead. Trying to get on the hill. Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the stream. Dan Langley, Joseph Tamayo, welcome. A dry break, and that's going to bring Hanyu back to the table for the first turn on this one. And an interesting layout on this table. Now, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, I think I want to be stripes here. But solids don't look that bad. I mean, there's a little bit of effort whichever way you go, whether it's solid or stripes, but oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Tough to get onto the 7. Tough to break out the 4 and the 5. But you have a shot on the 1, so you can get all that accomplished with the 1 ball. You have to be perfect on it, though. Yeah, you can try to get it open with the 9 or the 6 ball. Four ball still doesn't have a pocket, neither does the 7. Only option he really has to shoot at right now is the 5. Bank on the 4, I don't think is there either. Go side view, take a look. No, not there. All he's got left is just the option of taking the 5 ball on. He's gonna overcut it just slightly. And did he get a lucky leave out of it? No, it looks like he's left him the shot on the 13 ball. And if not, he had the easy 10 ball to the side pocket, so either way he was still okay. But if he would have tapped the 13 ball, it would have helped him a little bit. Would have maybe given him a chance back at the table. The best you can do here is maybe grace out the 10 and run into that 12. That'll probably be the best scenario. It's not going to give him much of an opportunity. And I don't know if he could have hit that 12 any better, honestly. Like, if he wanted to play it naturally anyway. I think he was expecting a better result than what he got. Doesn't seem to be worked up about it, though, so... Sign of good mentality there. I would have been shaking my head, throwing my cue around. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that, but I would have been shaking my head for sure. Never throw my cue. Today I felt like snapping my cue. I control my anger issues. I've never ever broken a cue. I'm not going to do it today. But I had that urge, that feeling. I finally understood those many people that I've seen snap their cues in pool tournaments. I was like, oh, I get it. But I love my cue. I would never do that. I don't know how people do it. You guys ever see people snapping cues in front of you? Like it breaks my heart. It's like when somebody drops a cue and you hear the tip hit the ground and you're like, oh my god, the tip's gonna fall off. Everybody feels it. We may not all play the same level, but we all feel the same emotions out of the game in those situations. It's the unspoken bond that players have. Nobody likes to talk about a bad shot or an unlucky shot. They should have like a pool player crisis line, like just to unleash your anger or stress when you're at the table. I can already imagine it. A guy like myself in a final, like just stressing out. Hello, I need some help, bro. I'm not getting the luck on the table, man. Like, do something about this. What do you want me to do, man? I don't care, man. Just help me out. This is a crisis line, bro. Honestly, like, what kind of a crisis line would it be? What would you do? What would you say to a guy like, "Hey, listen, just find your zen. You're a good player. Remember that. Play some meditation music in the background just to make him feel like I'm trying to find his inner zen." He'll come up short on the shot on the straight, but he's going to get a good leave out of it. He's going to block the 4 ball anyway. And it looks like he might be able to make that 5, but if not, then he's in tough on this table. All he can see is the 4 ball. Hard to tell, but it looks like even if he can't see the 5, like he could easily spin off the rail and into the 5. So he's not in too much trouble. I think what he's stressing out over right now is the 4 ball being tied up. He's not sure how to get that open and how to get the 7 ball open. Only one way that you can do that is if you were to set up for the bank side on the 4 ball with an angle to get the cue ball to go up off the rail and into that 11 and 15 to split them up. That will push the 12 ball out of the way and maybe open up the 7. You're looking for a perfect angle from a bank, which, you know, it's a crazy setup already. Interesting. You know, he left him in a spot where like he has to hit his balls and open up the solids. So he's opting to leave that 12 ball there. Just gonna hit the 11 ball on this one. And that's not bad. I mean, he's left the 7 tied up. He's tied up the 4 ball still. I don't know. Hanya might just bank this ball out only because the 2 stripes above this 4 are tied up. So he knows he's got a pretty much guaranteed chance that he's going to come back to the table. Great shot. Very, very nice shot. Little tester here on this one. Very nice. Straight line. Another straight line shot. Warren, man, how you doing? Craig Murphy, Robert Page, welcome to the stream. Looks like there's a billiard combo lineup here. Going off the 1 into the 12, the 12 to the 7. Looks like it's almost wired to the pocket. It actually looks more like it's wired to the horn of the pocket than it's wired to the middle of the pocket. And on the left side, not on the right side. So this is a missable shot. It's almost like he has to hit it with pocket weight just to be able to maybe get that slow roll into the pocket. Now, by doing that, there's not going to be a guarantee that he's going to have a shot on the 1 ball either, or an easy shot on the 1 ball. He's going to call the 7 ball. But you can see the lineup is there, right? It's pretty close. It looks like it might just clip the horn, but if you hit it soft enough, you might be able to just roll it into the pocket. The only thing is going to push this 1 maybe towards that 8 ball. Go straight up to the top of the table. Just missed out. Missed the 7 and missed that 8 ball from moving up or anything like that. That 1 from going up the way I thought it was going to go. Not bad though. He's got good control of the table. He's got 3 stripes blocked right now, and he kind of left him nothing here on the 14 and 9 ball. Just a kick shot option. That's all that's available here. You can also maybe just hit that 12 ball, send it down table, and play a safety somehow. But if you hook him on the 7, you're likely going to give him a shot on the 1. If you give him a shot, or you hook him on the 1, you're likely going to give him a shot on the 7. Even if you try to like play this cue ball to come off the rail and run into that 1 to pot it into the pocket, it will still give him a shot on the 7. So he's got the low end of the battle here, and he's got to figure out a really, really smart safety. Needs to tap another ball somehow. Now, what I'm thinking in my head is maybe I would just push that 8 ball, take the intentional foul, and push that 8 ball in a straight line towards that 5 ball, just to slow roll it towards that 5. You know, because then you're going to give him a ball in the hand, but he won't be able to break out that 5. The only way you'll have a chance to break it out is with that 1 ball, which you would try to take right away. But if he doesn't break it out, now you have a chance to get back on that table. It's like a gamble, right? It's small percentage gamble, but at least you're gambling on the positive side. You know, you're not going against the odds, you're going with the odds at that point. He's going to give him an option here. 5, 1, and 7 will be available. The 1 for sure is available now, and same with the 5. But I think the 1 is a little tight. It may not give him something to work with angle or speed. Oh no, maybe the 8 ball's in the way. This angle shows like the 8 ball's in the way enough. So he might be stuck having to take that 5 ball. And that's not a bad thing. As long as he gets a shot on that 7 ball after, he'll be alright. Yeah, they'll spin this with lots of left-hand spin. No tops or bottoms, just left-hand spin. Or you hit it off the rail with a little bit of spin, using like 11 o'clock spin. But I think the full left-hand spin will probably be best, using 3 o'clock spin. Or sorry, 9 o'clock spin for him. He's gonna miss Q on the shot. Luckily he didn't break out those 2 stripes because that would have been bad for him. His opponent still has to earn this table, but you know it looks like maybe that 15 will go to the pocket. You know, if you get the perfect angle, you might be able to squeeze it. He's gonna take a look at it right now, see if it's a possibility. Looks to me like it's a makeable shot. Like he can take it right now from the angle that he has. He can take that 15 ball right now. And then try to push that 11 ball out in the open from there. But right now, this situation that he has down here is also a problem. So taking the 9 ball will actually open up the table up for him. And he should be playing from the 9 to the 15. That's where he should be playing it. But like some angle, yeah, that works. And now he can gently force this 11 ball back to the middle of the table if he wanted to. He can also play the cue ball through with top spin, 1 o'clock spin, and then come off the side cushion and get above for the 11 to make the 11 in the opposite bottom corner. Looks like he's going with option number 2 to play through. I think that's a smart option. You know, he could have played off the rail there to be able to get straighter on that 11 ball, but it's still okay. It's not bad. I mean, the only thing here is that you may not want to back cut this to the bottom left now. You might want to take it to the bottom right, which makes it challenging. And bottom left is not going to make it any less challenging, though. And the only reason it makes it any or just as hard is because you're trying to play spin to control position for the 12 ball there. And that spin could overcut the ball just because you're putting the spin on it and you're not making the adjustment then. I like going to the bottom right here. Let's see if he does. Looks like he is. Oh, just missed it. Table's turned over and Hanyu will get a chance here to be able to tie up the game. He needs to win 5 games, so technically even if he ties it up, he still needs to win 1 more extra game on top of his opponent. But he would like to just even things up here and just have a chance to be able to, you know, maybe get a little bit more competitive and then eventually more comfortable at the table. Comfortable will be when he gets another game ahead. Maybe he takes a lead. They don't like the fact that he had to turn the table over, but sometimes you have no choice but to do it. That was one of those situations he felt like he had no choice but to do it. And now he hasn't really sold out here, but he's given Brian an opportunity. All depending on whether or not he's comfortable taking that ball to left side middle pocket. Problem with that shot, though, is that your tangent line is taking it towards the bottom right corner. So then you want to jack into the shot a little bit to try to avoid that scratch, but now the 1 ball is kind of close. Though I think he should still be okay and should be able to stroke into the ball still, but we'll see what he decides to do. I don't think he can do anything else with the 12 except for cut it there. Well, that's another option, going to the bottom right corner. Now, normally I would say this is a tougher choice, but because you're going to want to put some right-hand spin on this, it actually complements the shot. And because the shot is hard to see because you're back cutting already, it actually complements the shot also. So not a bad option. No, he's going to overcut it slightly, though. Hanyu will come back to the table. A chance to tie up the match now. Oh no, he's gonna miss that 8 ball. He popped up on that shot though. It's the only reason why he missed it. They're playing that song Under Pressure in the background. What a time for that song. Oh, and he's gonna come up short on it. And yeah, he left on the 8 ball. Came up short on the shot. Bad timing for that one. But it's kind of okay, because like he would have been on the hill. He still has a chance to get on the hill, so it's not so bad. And now Hanyu is a little shooken up for missing that 8 ball last time. And this one was a bit of a tester. He popped up again. Shrugging the shoulders there on that one. Interesting how that works, man. Yeah, it's weird, honestly. And had he not missed that 8 ball there, like he would have given him the confidence. But now, the next time he has a tough 8 ball, he's gonna feel like that again. I always tell my students the game is easy after I'm done teaching them, right? I always say, oh, the game is easy. You just need to know how to do it. But the game's never easy. There's so many factors that play a part of how the game goes. If all conditions were 100%, even then the game is still challenging. And you can play the best patterns in the world, but sometimes the patterns on the table are just extra challenging. Just the way pool is. It's the reason why people love it so much. It's the thrill of trying to solve the puzzle. And then when you solve the puzzle all the time and you're good at it, it's like rare when you get a puzzle that comes up to you that makes you challenge for the win. But when you get those, it almost like you appreciate it more, because you don't see them too often when you're a good player. I wouldn't know what that's like, but I'm just saying. I read it in a book somewhere. Oh, he's gonna miss the shot on the 11 ball. And luckily he didn't scratch, but he still left a fairly easy 8 ball here. The only thing that Hanyu has to watch out for is for scratching himself on this 8 ball. He shouldn't though, Touch your rights and you'll be alright. Like literally, alright. Oh man, that 8 ball's on his head. It is so in his head. He's gotta shake it off, man. I've been there before. BRIAN KENASCHUK with a lucky break here. I mean, it wouldn't have been bad for him if it was tied at 2, but to have a chance to get on the hill ahead and to do it on your opponent's mistake, it's like a superpower on your opponent. He left himself a challenging 8 ball, but he should be okay to make it to the side. If he goes to the corner, much harder, so he should go to the side. But yeah, getting on the hill on your opponent's mistake, and then having him with his back against the wall, having to win 4 games, that gives you a bit of a mental edge in your opponent's head. Three to 1, he's on the hill. Battling at the tables. Winner of this has to play against Jordan Effecto, who has been slaughtering everybody on the B side. He's a 3 handicap, man, and he's playing like a 7. Everybody's like, how is this guy a 3? I don't know. But I play against him, so yeah, I know it's weird. It's like, you can beat him because technically you have more knowledge, and I don't know about more skill, but you have more knowledge anyway. So that alone gives you a chance to be able to beat an opponent that's at a lower level in the knowledge. But he's a scary 3. he looks so friendly and nice all the time. That's the worst thing. It's like, hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, I'm a 3. And they're like, hey, good game. Nice try, man. It was tough to beat me. I'm a 3. That was like me and Jose last time I played in a final too. I had to beat Jose 6-3, and oh my god! Like if I spotted him the other way around, if he had to run to 6 and I had to run to 3, he'd probably beat me. So I had to spot him 3 games. I'm like thinking, there's no way I can beat this guy, but I tried my best. I couldn't beat him. He's just looking at me. He's just smiling because he knows like he's a 3. What can you do? Stupid handicaps. I come back from the day like when there was no handicaps. That was the good days. You got your butt whooped all the time too, man. But you felt like it was fair. And the only reason you felt it was fair because it's like the guys that beat you were good players. They practice all the time, right? And if there was other guys that were like lower level than you that ended up, winning tournaments, it's only because they were working hard on their game. So like it was just, there was different mentality back then. Now you got guys that are 3s that can shoot like 7s, man. It's like, wow, what's going on in this world? Don't we have people that regulate these tournaments? It should be like a Canadian pool committee that monitors these handicaps, man. Some of them are just scandalous. I don't know. There was something special about learning in those days, though. You went in there and you just battled, and you had no idea what the hell was going on. But you just watch everybody beat you, and you try to pick up something, anything, any kind of knowledge that you can see on the table. If the guy played shape differently than you, you're like, ooh, okay, try that next time. And then eventually you build up your game. He's having a rough time at the table too. And he's got a 2-game lead. He's on the hill right now. Imagine how the other guy feels right now coming to the table. Trailing by 2, needing to win 4 games in a row. 2 of them will be on his opponent's break. All you can do in this situation is just try to be focused, man. Take it one at a time. And have a plan. Don't just shoot, always have a plan. Make sure that you're 100% committed to your plan too, so there's no issues at the table. I don't think he was quite committed on that one. I'll have to make an adjustment here to get set up. Looks like the 4 goes to the left side middle pocket. That's what his intention is. And he can use this angle to follow the cue ball up or down table, I guess, on our screen to get down for that 7, 1, and 6. So he can set up for the 5 ball, which is what I would do. I think you should take that 5 ball now. I guess you could leave it to the end, and then you can use the 5 ball for the shape on the 8 ball. It's not too bad to leave it there. But I feel like, then you're like playing guaranteed shape, and, if you don't get that guaranteed shape, then you got to compensate for it, and next thing you know, what should have been an easy finish becomes a challenging one. Speaking from experience, anyway. Well, it's not too bad. I have to solve for the 8 on the right side middle pocket now. It's better than to play shape for the side pocket than to play shape for the corner where the 5 ball's being shot at. You have a nice little tangent line too on the 5 ball to play that natural shape. I'm surprised he played it like that though. He played it off the top rail, and I think he should have just slow rolled that. I think he should have just absolutely slow rolled that pocket weight, and it would have been perfect for the 8 ball in the side pocket. Now he's got to come up with something tricky here and a kick shot on the 8. Take a look at the angle of the kick shots. You can see they're pretty evened up, the cue ball and the 8 ball. So that usually says that as long as you hit this ball naturally in the middle of the distance between both balls off that side cushion, that it should hit it true. Now you do want to cut this to the side pocket, so you don't want to necessarily hit it true. You want to hit it just off to the right of true. See, so that's what he's doing now. He's trying to calculate how much to adjust here. And now this E-ball is just slightly ahead of the line by a little bit. So technically, like if you shot it naturally, I think that would work better for the cut. I think if you try to cut it anyway off that rail, that it makes it missable. He's going to hit the 8-ball, but no rail. Ball in hand for BRIAN KENASCHUK and a chance to close out the match. Ideally, we like to break into this 12 and 11 ball now. He's going to try to play position behind them instead. Interesting. Came up a little short from what he wanted, but he can still make the shot to the side. However, cue ball control becomes second to the shot now. And now I think if you try to play it naturally, you maybe just miss that 11 ball. I wonder if he can clip it. I'll take a look at the side view. I don't know. I feel like he might just miss that 11 ball, but if he can nick it just slightly, that would slow down the cue ball some. However, to make the shot to the left side middle pocket, you have to put a little bit of pace on it. Now, the only reason I'm looking at all of this is because we're trying to find a shot after he makes the 12 if he makes it. And it's going to be tougher for him to be able to make it if he doesn't work things out properly. And it's going to be even tougher to get the shape. Trying to play smart, we'll just play a safety. Smart decision on that one. Why rush it? You know, take your time. Think about it. Grind it out. And now if he goes and hits it, that's okay. You know, at least you grinded out an opportunity to be able to win. And if he makes it, it is what it is. The guy made a good shot on you. But if he hits it, you know, just deal with it as best as you can, reset, and find another option to keep playing. Oh, he's going to hit the 8. It's a big bounce off that bottom rail. He might be okay. I think he can make the shot here, though. It's not too bad. Gonna lose the cue ball on that one. Ball in hand for Hanyu. He'll survive that rack. It looked like it was game over for him at that point. Survives it though. 3-2 or 2-3, whichever way you want to look at it. He's down by 1. BRIAN KENASCHUK with the first turn at breaking for the match. What's up, Brian Mod, Robert Page, Craig Murky, Chip Ann, welcome to the stream. Colin Bolio, what's up, man? Stephen Miller, John Hool, Timothy Bone. Welcome to the stream, everyone. 20 degrees out there, and the sun is starting to set in. It's done. The moon will come up in another hour. Seven p.m. here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Just after 7:11 right now. 12 players in the tournament, and we're down to 3 matches remaining, including the one that's at the table right now. Rack number 6. BRIAN KENASCHUK breaking for the match. Smash and break. Cue ball will come off the 2 horns. And avoid the scratch. He'll come up dry. Barely, though. 14 ball wanted to go in the pocket, but then it decided to just stick there. And I'm liking the high ball in this scenario. I don't know. Can't see anything better than high ball right now. Somewhat tricky to break out that 13 ball. But it shouldn't be too bad of a situation. You can break it out with a 12. Oh, here's his chance to break out that 13 ball. Gotta avoid that 5 ball, though. Needs to get below it. Oh, man, he ran to that 5. If he didn't run into that 5, he would have been perfect, but running into that 5 was going to prevent the breakout. And he's got one more crack at it. This is a dangerous one. You know, he's got to get the cue ball going. He needs to try to set up for that 13 or 9 ball after that. And, well, unless he gets a breakout shot on the 13 ball, and he actually ends up having a shot on the 13, then he can take that instead. But right now, you'd be trying to do the breakout with the intention of trying to shape up for the 9, so you're going to put some extra pace on it. The big goes to the side. I don't think so. 2 balls blocking it. And great effort to open up the table, but the 8 ball is the only thing that came out of that pack. And now he's going to have to play a safety shot. Not what he wanted to come up against, because now that means he's going to be turning the table to his opponent, BRIAN KENASCHUK, who's on the hill. With a wide open table, that could be the last time that you turn the table over in this matchup. Looking for the best result possible out of this. Not bad. Not bad. There is a cut to the side, though, as you can see from this screen. Cue ball control becomes second on the shot almost. There's no clear path for the cue ball to travel through. There's a lot of stripes around this, so just making the shot alone should be the perspective here as you're shooting. Just making the shot alone, and then percentages to try to get down for the 8 ball. Play the angle enough for speed to be able to get there. Two ball's going to come to the rescue here. He has a shot on the 6 ball too if he wants it. Fairly straightforward there. You might be thinking in your head, I'll just take the 6 ball and take the 2, then the 5. And then from there you can take the 4, I guess, and then the 3. It's a messy finish that way, though. I don't like it. I think if anything here, I'd just be taking the 2, then the 5, then the 3, and then the 6, and the 4. What I'm looking at is this 4 ball. I think that's the only problem Bob's going to have, but we'll see. You can address the shape for it here on the 2 ball. And that's what's going to be the difference here, whether he shades up for that 6 ball or for that 4 ball right now, or if he ends up leaving that 4 there and just playing shape for the 5 or the 3 from here. Which I don't think you'll play shape for the 3. If anything, you'll be playing shape for the 5 from there. What you can do is set up for the 4 ball to the right side with a follow through angle, so you can set up for the 3 to the top left corner. Then with that angle, come across to the left side for the 5. Well, you'll have the option to take the 4 ball now if he wants to. He could take that 5 ball right now too, but the 4 ball is not an easy shot, and right now he's got a shot in it. Now, if he's got a stun angle to go up table on this 4, he may not want to take that 4 because then you'll have to commit to making the shot on the 3 with an angle to get back to the 5. Makes the 5, and it's a big bounce off the rail. Not good. Not bad. I mean, he can make the shot. It's a fairly straight shot. What's not good is that now he has to play position for that 4 ball with no real angle and sitting against the rail, so he can't really dig into the cue ball too much. He'll have to just settle for a natural positional shot on the 4. And I can tell you it goes past the 8 to the bottom right corner, so that might be the shot that you want to take here, set up for that. But now because the 8 ball's in the path, and even though it's not really in the path, but it's in the view of the path, it makes that 4 ball more challenging if he decides to pot to that bottom right corner from the top of the table. And the cue ball through. It's not bad. Make a shot anyway. Shape's going to become second on this one, though. I'm wondering whether or not that 13 ball is going to play a part here on the shape for the 8 ball. If maybe the cue ball is going to roll behind it. That's the only bad thing I can see is maybe the cue ball going behind that 13. But other than that, like I'm feeling pretty good about this shot. Table's turned over to Hanyu. You'll have a chance to tie up the match now. Just 2 balls remaining, the 13 and the 8. Bit of a lucky break for him there. Oh, and he's lucky that he ended up bumping into the 8 ball. Had he not bumped into it, he would have been in tough. But because he bumped into it, looks like he's going to be okay. 8 is in the corner. We're tied at 3. It's the 2 for Hanyu. And just one more win for BRIAN KENASCHUK to win to the next round. And Jordan Fecto, where is he? He's not even warming up, man. Mitch Dupont is warming up. He's getting ready for battle. He's the A-side winner today. Moving into rack number 7 now. On you to brink. Smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. That 11 ball was going to the side pocket, but the white ball will kick it out. BRIAN KENASCHUK with a chance to close out the match, but there's a little bit of work here. Whether you go solids or stripes, you got to earn it. I'm kind of split on this one. Either way works for me, solids or stripes. I feel like I'd rather have stripes on this one, but we'll see what he decides to do. Every player has their own choice at the table based on the knowledge that they have and how they see their patterns. I'm surprised he decided to play that shot there because I thought he could have held position there to maybe get onto the 5 and then try to break out the 7 from there. And I didn't feel like the 2 ball needed to be broken out, but maybe it does need to be broken out. No, there's enough room there, so you didn't really need to break into that 2 ball. But he did need like perfect shape to get the shot on the 2, so maybe he was trying to open it up for that purpose. And it looks like he still has the 1 ball, so he's not too bad, but I think this is actually good for him because now he can play position for that 2 ball. There's the cue ball to get above the 2. I'll have no choice but to take the 3 ball on now. And I think it's going to work though. I think it might be okay. If he can make the 3 and draw back a bit. Oh, well, he needs to draw back about at least a ball back from where the 3 ball is. And that's a lot of distance for him to be able to get that draw action, so low percentage. Rolling forward wouldn't work here. He has to draw back. At least it wouldn't work for breaking out that 7 ball anyway. As you can see there, he's tight to the 11 ball. He might be able to make that 2 ball. Though I feel like the 13 ball is just in the way. It's left him a tough 12 ball. I don't think he's got any other options other than that. He made this 12 ball. From this angle, it looks a lot easier than the other angle. From there, it looked a little tougher, but this ain't too bad. Just got to make it to the pocket, play cue ball through, come off the bottom rail, off the top rail, back down for that 14. He's going to opt to go back into the cushion instead. Runs into the 11 ball, and he doesn't have a lot of options left, but he can still see that 10 ball. I don't know if you can see enough to cut it or if you can only bank it, but you can see it. From this angle, it looks like you can only really bank it. The cut is almost not impossible, but just too hard to approach. It was just play a safety. Smart, because he knows that, like the 5 balls are probably the easiest shot that he has, but as long as he leaves the cue ball on a downward to angle where it is right now, he wouldn't be able to shoot the 5. The only other option he would have was 7 or the 2, which the 2 doesn't have a pocket. The 7 doesn't have a pocket either. So a really good safety there. High percentage anyway. Yeah, this is a tough position to be in. Can't really bank anything, can't cut anything. Safeties are pretty tough from this angle too. There's just too many options with the stripes. I'm thinking maybe you can skim off the 5, get the cue ball to roll up against the 9, but you gotta be so perfect on that touch. And you kind of want to leave the 5 where it is. Trying to create a mess. I don't think he was successful with it. No, doesn't look like it. Gonna have to draw off 2 rails here. A little too much angle. He wanted to be somewhat straighter, just enough to be able to get the cue ball to come through in between that 15 and 9. He can make the shot. He can maybe run into the 15. Or sorry, not 9, 13. He can maybe run into the 15, but let's take a look at the side view actually. Yeah, so it looks like you can maybe have a straight line to bump into that 15. If he hits it with a medium pace, he can maybe bump it off the side cushion and set up for the side pocket after, while also giving the shot on the 13. But then you're going to want to cheat the shot a little bit with some spin because you want to get straighter onto that 15 ball. You're going to want to put a touch of left-hand spin on it. Went for the bank on the 15 instead. Good option. See, I'm not a banker, so I never see that option, but that was a great option. That just opened up the table completely for him. Oh, he thought he was going to scratch in the side pocket. He tightened up on that one, man. Looks at the camera a little bit relieved there because he thought he was going to scratch. Now you have to reset here and be composed for the shot. And he will. 4-3. He takes the lead. He's on the hill. It's a hill matchup for the B-side semifinal. Winner of this will play against Jordan Fecto. Rob Guffey, Robert Fedinato, welcome to the stream. John Gastalden, welcome to the stream. Curtis Chaborak. Hey Curtis, a couple of tournaments coming up. I don't know if you're on. Are you on the one for the 625 and under? I gotta check. I don't think you are. Yeah, there's a 625 and under next Saturday starting at 11 a.m. $90 entry. 8-ball, 625 and under, FargoRate. Double knockout, race to 6, race to 5. No handicaps. 2-move random racking system. Top 4 paid with the 16 players. If it gets to 24, top 6 paid. And if you're busy that weekend, then the next weekend after that, I don't know how old you are, but I have 55 plus at the Blue Room, $110 entry. That one's limited to 16 players only. Well, the final rank between these two players. And, well, not a bad table, but there's definitely some work to be done. It's kind of a decent breakout, actually. Everything's set up pretty good. It's a couple of shots that you got to address, especially if you're stripes. You got to address that 11 ball. One of the other 2 balls would have been that 14 ball, which he has a shot on right now. I don't know if it's open or not. If he's going to be low ball, the only one he's got to really work on is position on the 5. And then the 8-ball shape will have to be, spot on. Missed opportunity from BRIAN KENASCHUK will bring Hanyu to the table. He'll have a chance to close out now. Didn't feel like he was in this battle so far, but he's in this battle and knows now that this is the last rack, so all the other efforts from before are all bygones in the memory. It's all about resetting here and trying to get the finish on this rack. Interesting that he chose to go with the stripes. I thought he would have maybe picked the solids, but the 6-ball wasn't as easy, but it does go. Like it goes to the side pocket anywhere. And I think it's easier to get to the 6 than it is to get to the 11 ball. But if you get a shot on the 10 ball to the side, then you can set up for the 11 ball from there. If that's the way he's thinking, he's going to have to take that 12 ball here. You got to do your best to avoid everything here and get up to the top of the table. Oh, that's all right. That'll work. He's going to have a tough time on that 14 ball out down, though. But I mean, maybe you can do it now, but it looks like to me like you can maybe just open up that 11 ball from here. And if I have a straight line to just follow through after making the 10, getting the cue ball to follow through into the 6 to bank it off that side cushion, that would open up that 11 ball. Looks like he's trying to cut it to the corner instead. So now he's trying to bump into 11 ball. That could work or it may not work. It may just bank that 11 ball into that 14, leaving him nothing on those 2 balls. What's up, Drew on YouTube says, "Hey Rod, thanks for the stream. Got Patriots game on in the background and enjoying some pool. Good for you, man. That's right. It's football season. Everybody's watching football. Everybody's watching football nowadays. I'm surprised they don't have the football games on here. This is supposed to be a sports lounge. But I don't know. There's not many people that are here that are watching football right now. Almost everybody here is a pool player. Too tight to the 11 ball to do anything with it. Safety option is about the only thing you can do with it. Can't really see much of the 10, and you don't want to take the 10 off the 5. Even though that's probably about the only option you have for the 10 ball. I think you just want to go safety here. And how you go safe, I guess, matters. You can go from the top of the 11 or below the 11. 11 ball is supposed to create a mess, but it's opened up that 6 ball. Not bad. Worked out pretty good. The only thing here is that like it's going to be tough for him to control position for the 3 ball or the 5. He wants to be able to make that 3 ball in the top right corner after he makes that 6. But the angle that he has on the 6 almost takes him to the scratch in the side pocket. The only way you can maybe adjust again the cue ball to run into the horn and bounce out, but it's not a guarantee that it's going to bounce out on the angle that you want for the 3 ball. And you want that 3 ball because the 3 ball will set you up for the 5. The 5 ball doesn't need to be broken out. It goes to the bottom left corner. Chance for Brian to close out the match now. Everything's out in the open. Mitch Dupont is the A side winner, so he's waiting for whoever comes through the B side. The winner of this table plays against Jordan next. The winner of that will be whoever comes through the B side. Jungle, welcome to the jungle. Good positional shot on the 6 ball. Looks like the 3 ball is going to be the finish ball. Though he could take the 3 here and finish off for the 6, which might be much better than the other way around. He's not thinking of it that way, though. He just went to take a look at the angle that he wants to shape up for the 3 ball. Well, technically, if he made that 3 ball, he could just follow through on the 6 ball, which gives him natural shape for that 8 ball. This way, he's trying to play perfect weight for the shape on the 3. It's not bad. It's not bad. He'll be shooting over the ball slightly, but it's not too bad. And he can just let that cue ball coast directly into that 11 ball with some speed just to bump it out of the way. He could also draw away from the 11 ball if he wants to. Makes the 3. He's got just the 8 ball left. Makes the 8 ball, just avoided the scratch. 4-4, final score. BRIAN KENASCHUK move on to the next round. He'll be playing against Jordan next. Jordan Fecto. The Monster 3. We're going to go get Jordan. It looks like Brian's just going to use the bathroom quickly or maybe go for a smoke, one of the two. Then we're going to come back with the B-side final. Let me back the camera up here while I go get Jordan so you guys can just check out the atmosphere. This is going to be the B-side final now. Yeah, baby. It's go time. Oh, and I got to update the challenge bracket. Almost forgot about it. Four, three. This is a 4-3 race. 474 and a 475, I believe that's what it is for the Fargo rates. Four, 7-5, 4-7-4. And they have a 1-game spot between them. See, the handicap's not right. 1 point difference between them. 1 rack difference between them. Not good, not good. Let me confirm though, because maybe he's not a 4-7-4. But I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, no, it's a 1 point difference between them. 1 game difference, 1 point difference. Not right, I tell ya. Whoever he knows, man, we gotta meet that person and become good friends with him because I want to be a 3. I get beat by all the 3s, man. I should be a 3. 3s are dangerous nowadays. I'd rather play a guy that's like going to 7 instead of a guy that's going to 3. I'm more scared of the 3 than I'm scared of the 7. All right, we're gonna get this match going. Looks like Jordan's gonna be breaking first. Good try, man. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't seem like yourself. You didn't seem like yourself today. We'll see you soon, man. All right, so one more showdown after this. Whoever wins here has to try a double dip Mitch DuPont. Rack number 1 of a possible 6 racks. Second ball break. No friends. Nice spread, too. Oh, he almost made the 11 ball. Stephen Valley, what's happening, man? Says good afternoon, Rod. It's evening for me. It's 10 to 8 p.m. right now. Mr. Bob Wolf, how you doing? Tom Gallagher, Chris Harrison, Richard Frings, William Hazard, Mike McMaster, welcome to the stream. Carol Savage, how you doing? Remember to let into your heart to make it. Or let it in. Yeah. To hold on to. Okay, this is still the first track. Good. Into the B-side final already. Ooh, he's gonna miss the 7 ball. Now, even though Jordan missed that combo on the 15 and 12 earlier, he did leave the 12 ball set up for a combo now, so he can take it right now. And he will, and the bounce off the cushion on the 15 is going to set him up for the 15. Just have to play the cue ball with toss spin only to come straight down for the 9 ball. Big bounce off the cushion will set him up for the 9, but if not, he can always play the combo. Now, he's not looking at the 9 ball, but he should take a look at the 9 ball because I think it's available. I don't know. If it's not, then I guess not. But if it is, you got to take it because it's a tight squeeze past that 4 if it goes. If it doesn't go, then you can try to take the combo here to try to open up that 9, or you can try to take the 11 ball to try to open up the 9. He's going to take the 11 ball to open up the 9, and now he'll have a straight shot on the 9 with a drawback angle to get it up for that 12, or sorry, 14. La 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 la. Hey Jude. Da, 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 da. Good shot to the corner. Perfect draw angle here for the 14. And now I don't think the 8 ball goes, so he has to break it out. But he's got a great line to break it out here. Oh, and he worked out that line perfectly. But he'll miss the shot and turn the table over to Brian. Not a whole lot of easy shots available for him, though. He'll have to start off with that 3 or that 2. 2 ball is probably the better option out of all of them. 3 ball might be a temptation shot just because the angle kind of works. You know what, Clinton Holmes? There's something with the Facebook update, because for me too, every time I try to go full screen, it gives me a half a screen only. It's really weird. Or it could be the last update, or maybe because they're like everything now is vertical streaming, right? Because of TikTok. So maybe that, I don't know, it has something to do with that. But I'm not sure why I was doing that. What's up, Reese Lewis? How you doing, man? Says hello, everyone. Hello, Rod Arriagada. Welcome to the stream, Reese. Tyler Anderson, Bryce Gilman, Neil Kravetsky. Welcome, guys. Haven't had much time to watch lately, says Stephen Valley. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. The table's fighting me lately. Lately, it's like, I don't know. Weird, man. Table's been fighting me a lot. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to shake it off. I haven't really been training, so I'm going to just assume that it's my lack of training that's messing with me and not the table itself. I don't want to resent pool yet. I was resenting pool on Thursday. I was like, that's it. I'm done with pool. Not playing no more. And then today I was like, I got to play. Just stupid mentality, I'm telling you. It's like being in a bad relationship with a woman that you deeply love, but it's just not good to you. So you keep going back because you love her, but you know, she's never good to you. That's pool for me right now. Like, I love pool, but it's never good to me. In the last few days that I played, man, it's been mean. I'd rather take, you know, a slap across the face than what the pool table is doing to me so far. But that's all right. I'm still alive, so it's all right. There'll be another battle. Chip Ann says, close out the match, go back to Facebook and open it up again. That's right. So if there's ever any like blurriness, you know, then that's what you gotta do. Just back out, go back in, if it's lagging a little bit. But for Clinton, what he's talking about is that I think there was a latest update. It might have been the iPhone update, or it might have been the Facebook update. But one of the two updates that just came up messed things up on the phone. So that way, like usually when you turn sideways, you'll see the bigger screen. And when you try to turn sideways to see the bigger screen on Facebook right now, it won't let you. It shows you like half the screen as if like you're missing half of it only. It's really weird, but I'm assuming they're going to have the patch done the next day or two. Usually when they have these issues, they'll get on the patch right away and get it all fixed up. Pretty embarrassing when you're not the top social media platform anymore and you're not performing up to par. Then people say, oh, that's why we're not on it no more. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Actually, YouTube's becoming quite popular now too with YouTube Shorts. A lot of people getting into that. Jane says she's not having a problem with the screen. It went small on Chip Ann as well. It says just now, just close out. And when you type comment, it sometimes does that. Ah, okay, cool, cool. I was trying to watch snooker earlier on today, and I couldn't because it was just annoying. And then I didn't want to watch on the small screen; it's just not good. I wanted to widen it up. I figured it was just one of those bugs, you know. Every time they do an update, there's usually a bug in there, so they gotta do an update for the update. Please believe me, I never do you no harm. Oh, he missed that one. And I missed it on the pro side, though, because he didn't really give him anything on the stripe. A bank corner, maybe. Safety shot, option number 2. And if you're going to play a safety, you'd be looking at playing off the right side of this 14 ball, coming off the bottom cushion, off the right cushion, and back up on top where the 8 is. Bank into the corner is also an opportunity, and that's what he's calling right now, is a bank to the corner where he's standing. The only problem with that shot, though, is that if you don't make it, you're selling the table. But if you make it, it's a great shot. Oh, and maybe he won't sell the table. He's going to get a good roll on that one. Cue ball's going to freeze up to the 14 and take away all options on the 7 ball. You can see it in Brian's face right now. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe you got that roll on me, man. Oh, no, maybe not. He's calling into the corner, so he must be able to see it. Emily Hollins, welcome to the stream. Angel Ivory. Sam Jane, Baby Che, welcome. My kids are watching. I love you guys. Welcome. Yeah, he was frozen at 14. I'm surprised he was still trying to call that 7 ball there. I would have gone for a kick shot on it. But Jordan got lucky on that leave. That should have been a punishing leave instead, but worked out on his advantage, and he'll have a chance to be able to take this first game, which right now seems like the most important game of this match. Trying to keep it simple, drawing back. Straight to the side for the lead, 1-0. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has those bad rolls. Makes me feel a little bit better about my game. Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me, I was supposed to do this last time, and I forgot to do it. Gene Peacock brought up the circles last time. So what the circles are is what I call the champion mentality. So the big circle is usually where people are thinking about their pattern play. They're thinking about shot adjustments, pressure mentality, whatever's going on. I got to get home by this time, whatever extra thoughts are going on. When you're feeling anxious, at the shot because you're about to win and everybody's watching you. Nervousness, because, it's a lot of pressure to win. The crowd distraction when people walk by you and you're paying attention to them and then you're about to shoot and you still stay down and shoot. Those are all big circle things. So when you're in the big circle, you're not supposed to shoot. When you get into the small circle, it should be execution only. And what that means is that you should be focused on just making the shot. At that point, there shouldn't be any more thoughts in your head about like where the cue ball is going to go, what you're shooting at next, what kind of angle you want, what kind of spin you're going to use. The person walking by, I'm playing for $1 million. Not that you would ever play for $1 million in pool. Only ever happened once, I believe. But I'm just saying, like usually when you're in the small circle, there should be no thoughts in your head at all. It should just be you shooting with everything that you were thinking already, the speed, the angle, the spin. It should all be already set up in your mind. So all that's left is just the shot itself. And that's when you're in the small circle. And it's hard to find the small circle and stay in the small circle all the time. But if you work on it, if you're working it all the time and you're constantly trying to be aware of where your mindset is at, then you'll start finding yourself in the small circle more often. And when you're in the small circle, you're the most dangerous player around because nothing can break your focus. Nothing can break your concentration on the shot. And it's going to be a great shot with a great positional shot to follow. But it's all about the mentality, the reset before you shoot. And if a shot is tight, and let's say it's uncomfortable for you to put your hand in there to get set up for the shot, you should always take a pre-shot or pre-shot routine, a feel for it by putting your hand in there to feel how it feels for the shot. Once you understand what the best position is on your hand for that shot, then from there you would stand up, reset, go back into the shot with your hand going exactly where it was, where you want it to be comfortable, and then shooting. That's all part of the small circle stuff. You have to make sure that you get it all out of the way. Adrian Patagan, welcome to the stream. Tom Bignell, what's up, man? And Jared Spence, welcome. Good weight on the shot to get set up for the 8-ball. The most dangerous 3 in Winnipeg. Him and Jose should have like a 3 Scotch doubles. The most dangerous 3s in Winnipeg. I'm telling you, he's on the hill right now. BRIAN KENASCHUK back against the wall, needs to win 4 games in a row against an opponent who he has a spot a game to, and that is not really missing a lot. That can play a part in the mindset too. And some extra nerves to the game, some extra frustrations, adding some emotions into the game as well. The hardest thing in pool is to try to avoid the emotional connection that you feel when you're frustrated at the table. And everybody deals with it differently. Some people can just suck it up and just move on. Some people can't. Every time you see somebody breaking a cue, yeah, that guy can't. That guy has no patience. I would stay away from that guy because he might swing that cue at you. But the other guy that, you know, he just keeps grinding away at the chalk as mad as possible on the tip, and he's just grinding his teeth because he's so mad, but he's not doing anything about it. You can go around that guy. He's got good mentality. It may not look like it, but he does. Rack number 3, BRIAN KENASCHUK breaking, trying to get on the board now. Needs to stop the bleeding. No choice but to win 4 games in a row. It's not impossible, but you got to find a good mindset for it. And you got to get a good break for it, too. You got a great break on this one. And great opportunity on this one. I'm taking highball all day long. I won't even look at that table twice. I'm on highball already. I think you start off with the 11 to the side, though. Just a weird ball. You want to open up the table a bit more. I would take the 11 to the side, pop over for the 14 to draw into the 8 ball, then set up for that 12 to the side pocket after that. Now, this is okay to start here with a 13 ball, but you have to make sure that you get a shot to follow up. And he just missed that shot. He just missed that shot, so he's giving Jordan an opportunity to close out the table now. It's still an open table as well. Lady Luck smiling upon Jordan right now with a great opportunity if he can find a stripe. He might be stuck taking low ball, which is not what he wants to do. But it's the only option he has that's easy right now. So he's thinking, you know, I'll just take low ball. But what are you going to do after that? This is a tough table. Maybe you can position yourself for the 1 ball next, but oh man, that's a tough table. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna call the 6 ball. Oh man, and he made it. He made it. Got a shot on the 4 ball. He's got a pretty good table now. And then you know, like 2 minutes ago or a minute ago, I was saying solids is tough, man. Look at him. He's on his way to running it out. I can't believe I'm saying that about a 3. Jason Reed, welcome to the stream. George Belcher. Stephen Guild, welcome to the stream. Divided we fall. Oh, he's gonna miss the 2 ball. All right, so maybe he has a 3. I don't think so though. I think he's hustling right now. No, I'm kidding. I genuinely think that he has a 3, but he plays like a 4, so he should be a 4. Perfect pace for the 11 ball. Take it to limit. I thought he should have taken that 11 to the side there. I'm surprised he took that 9. No, he's going to turn the table over to Jordan. He can see some of the cue ball, like maybe just enough to be able to make those 2. Pretty close. Maybe not, but it looks like he's got just enough to make the 2. Oh, yeah, you can see it. He's got a nice angle here to get set up for the 1. I think he's going to have to set up for the 1 ball to the left side middle pocket, so he needs to draw off the top rail and off the side rail. Going forward might be okay too, but then you got to play really forward. He's trying to set up there, maybe not to the side. He has someone else in mind. Or maybe he was thinking about the side and he just put too much power on it. He would have had a shot to the corner on the 1. Now here he's in kind of tough. Either you take that 12 to the top right corner or you take that 14 set up for the 9, but the 14 is not sitting very good. So you're almost kind of forced to take that 12 ball on, and then you have to shape up for the 14 ball next. Though you could maybe play through and set up for the 9 ball if you just avoid that 1 ball. I think he's going to try to run into it, though. Yeah, he was thinking about running into it, and the ball stayed up for a split second, but it dropped. Diane Cross Sumka, welcome to the stream. Brody Fitzgeorge, welcome to the stream. Tyson Tame, Bruce Wood, Roy Weeb, not Rob. Joseph Tamayo, what's up, man? Gotta play into the 8 ball now. Very dangerous. Yeah, that'd be perfect. He played just short of the 8 ball. That's smart. I'll give him a shot on the 9 ball anyway. Should be okay to get shaped for the 8 ball after that. Even if he was to go off the top rail and into the 1 ball, he would have the 8 ball to the side, so it's not that big of a deal if he just takes the 9 ball on. You just gotta watch the pace, and you're kind of maybe hoping to run into the 1 ball. We'll see what he decides to do, but I'm thinking that that's what I would do in this situation. If I can get the cue ball to run flat into the 1, it's an easy 8 to the side. But if I could miss it altogether, I got an easy 8 to the corner where the 9 ball's going. I just don't think you can miss it, though. Oh, he was able to miss it. He was able to miss it. Would have liked to have ran into it, though, I think. I think that's the way he was playing it. Now he's got a tougher shot on this 8 ball. It does go to the corner past the 1. He doesn't have to worry about scratching on the top right corner. Maybe on the bottom right corner if he puts the wrong spin on this shot, but you shouldn't put much on this, just top spin. Maybe a touch of left if you want, but that's about it. You don't want to put a touch of right on this because then you're going to throw the 8 ball into the 1. If anything, it's a touch of left to push it more towards the pocket. Yep, I can see it happening, but a good leave. A good leave. Looking for the safety. And all Brian has to do here is just play another safety back. He doesn't have to go for the shot. If he goes for the bank and he doesn't make it, he's going to sell an opportunity here. But if he doesn't go for the bank and he just tries to bank this 8 ball and come down table with that cue ball, it'll give him a better chance to win this game. And he's got to make sure that he puts enough pace on his 8 ball to get it somewhere like in the middle of the table. So it's harder for Jordan to be able to play a safety back. Good choice. That's what you have to do. Now you're forcing your opponent's hand to come up with a really good shot. And likely he's going to want to take the bank shot here on this one, which is kind of what you're hoping, right? You're hoping that he goes for it, he doesn't make it, he gives you the easy 8. But if he goes for it and he makes it, well, you know, now you got to accept the fact that you played a good shot and he played a better one. That can be tough to swallow, I'm telling you. From experience. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, wow, what a shot. The most dangerous 3 in town, I tell you. Goes for 2. Oh, and look at this. He's going to leave a tough leave on the 8 ball. All right, so once again, we got to play a safety here. Maybe a 2-way shot. Call the bank corner with some topspin. By leaving the 8 ball in the bottom right corner hanging, you know, if you don't make it, it will put some intimidation on your opponent. He's going to go for the cut. Now, if he doesn't make the cut, he's going to sell this table out. It's a high percentage chance that he's going to give away a shot on the 5 ball. But if he makes it, it doesn't matter. 2-1. He stops the bleeding. He's on the board. Whew, he had to battle for that one. You have to battle for that one. A dry break and a good leave off the break. Not a whole lot of options to work with here either. I'm looking at a safety. That's all I can see here. Maybe you can cut that 10 ball to the left side middle pocket. But would you want to? I don't know. Maybe you do. I feel like I don't want to. I feel like I'd rather be low ball in this one. Yeah, that's all he's trying to do. He was trying to leave him hooked so that way he didn't have options to take the solids. Jim Montevecchio, welcome to the stream. Rihanna Rose, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Is it Is it Iser? Iser, welcome to the stream. I don't even try to pronounce the last name, man. Well, he's earned himself a chance on this one. Can he make it work? He has no choice but to make it work. I still feel pretty good about low ball. I feel like they're still the better choice. Now, the 8 ball is sitting just above the 12 on the right side, right by the middle pocket. The 4 ball is sitting just above the 1 next to the 6. So that's where all the work is for him. He's got to figure that out. But once you make the 1, you should be able to make that 4, and then you should be able to come off the top rail once you make that 4 to set up for the 6 in the same pocket. So all 3 of those balls should go on the top right corner. The only thing is that when you make one of them, you're going to want to try to take a stab at breaking out the 8 ball. Now, when you decide to do that, it's going to be important. I would set up for it right away if I could off that 1. Because then you can take the 7 ball after that to the left side middle. So right now I'd be taking that 2 to the side, setting up for the 1, break out that 8, set up for the 7 ball, then take the 4 ball, and then come around for the 6. It's a little bit of extra work, but if you have good cue ball control, it shouldn't be too difficult. It should be something you can achieve. And he's going to get a shot on the 1 ball, but he won't have that breakout on the 8 ball. So he's going to have to maybe run the cue ball into the 6 just to get set up for that 4. And there's no guarantee he's going to get set up for that 4. Now, he could play the 1 ball and follow it through with some left-hand spin to bump the 4 ball up. But then you would need to have a shot on the 6 ball after that. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. Unless you get a good bounce on that 4, and then maybe you have another shot after that. But I just don't see that as a likely scenario. What's up, Leo? How you doing on YouTube? Says, why isn't this an even race? 474 and 475 Fargos. You know what? It's not my tournament, so I don't do the handicapping on it. But I think this is probably one of the last times that Jordan will be a 3. Like, it should be the last time. Just plays way too good for a 3. Like, the handicap's supposed to be not a protection thing or an advantage thing. It's supposed to be something that gives you an equal opportunity to be able to compete at the table. But if you're the one that's sandbagging, not that he's sandbagging intentionally, I'm just saying, like if you're the one that's sandbagging because technically you should be a 4 or 5 or whatever he should be. I'm not saying he's going to be a 5 either. I think he's a 4. Then technically it's not the same, like it's you're preventing yourself from having some real growth. You want to play at your level, and you want to, and I don't mean like you want to play against your level. I mean, you want to play at your level, whatever you are. That's what you want to be as a handicap. If some people say, hey, you play like a 4, you should be asking to be a 4 in the tournament, because you want to press up against all the stress of trying to win a match when you don't have the edge on you. The more you can do that, the more you're going to grow. If you got the edge, you kind of limit the growth. Not only that, but then, let's say when you have the edge for a while, then you go play a match where you don't have the edge and you play against somebody that's equally good as you or better, and you're playing them even, then you're going to have a tougher time to be able to win that match because mentally you always needed that shelter, that extra edge. So that's why the edge is no good. I keep thinking of, what's that? Russell Peters, the comedian. He always says, like joking around, it says, be a man, do the right thing. That's what I'm thinking right there in that situation, man. But like, they can't really dictate how the handicaps are set up. It's up to the tournament directors. And I'm gonna let him know about this guy. You know, like he's too good as a 3. And Jose too. I like Jose, but he's not a 3. He should be a 5. I'm a 6, so him and I, if we play on Sunday, it should be a 6-5 race. But the way it's set up right now would be a 6-3 or a 6-4 race. And a 2-game spot against him is too much. Needs to get that 8 ball out. A little bit of luck here on the shot. Didn't quite get it out. He did tie up the stripes a bit more, so that's going to give him a chance still. But now what he's got to do is he's got to try to get this 8 ball out in an open area where it's potable after, because then that will help him get a chance to win. It will also add some pressure to his opponent. So I would just go for a kick shot here. I would try to kick it off the top rail where he's pointing right now, off to the side cushion to set it up for the left side middle pocket. That way, if he tries to play the roll-up safety shot on that 14 and 9, then it wouldn't work. He wouldn't want to do that just because it would give you the shot on the 8 ball. So now you're limiting what he can do for a safety against you, and that gives you a better chance. He had the right idea. The only problem here, though, is that he's opened up that 14 and 9, so now that combo goes. This gives Jordan a chance to be able to close out the match. He needs to find a shot on the 15 ball. That's the only ball he really needs to work on. Everything else is kind of there for him. Easier said than done, though. He's going to miss the shot. That's going to give Brian, I believe, a shot on the 8 ball. And if he doesn't have it, he's got a swirl option or a masse option. And, of course, he's got a kick option if he wants to take it that way. Though at that angle, if you kick, you're likely going to scratch. So you want to cut this ball in if you can see it. Shot is good. He ties up the match at 2. Needs to win 2 more to win the match. 1 more to take it to the hill. And if he can take it to the hill, that could be something that, you know, might be enough to give him the edge against his opponent, Jordan Fecto, who's on the hill already. Abel Raymond, welcome to the stream. Betty Reynolds, welcome to the stream. Amanullah Haji, welcome to the stream. Scott Elliott. Saban Udin. Romeo Guevara. Billy Ricker, what's up, guys? Harold Meatil from Ontario. What's up, man? Where you been all day? I feel like you're neglecting me, man. Am I not good enough anymore, Harold? What happened, bro? I'm kidding, man. I'm sure you were having a good time wherever you were. Welcome to the stream, man. On the bright side of the road. That's where Brian would like to be. He survived a couple of racks already. He needs to try to win this one now. It's all in. All in to win. Just a championship match remaining after this. Winner here has to play against Mitch DuPont. He's been warming up for like an hour, man. Like, he's going to be on point and ready to go. Usually the ace-side winner always sits around, waits, they get lazy, they don't shoot. Not Mitch DuPont. He's been at the table for quite some time now, working on his game, getting a good feel for his game. And that should help him maybe, you know, get the edge on his opponent in the first set. If he can win it, you know, it's like a 60-40 chance of a B-side player winning the ace or the first set of a championship match. So he's going against the odds, but I think he can do it. Especially because he's been working on his game this whole time, so he's going to be on stroke. Or not on stroke, in stroke. Should know that too. I got an in-stroke case. It's 5 hours sleep playing a part here. Oh yeah, I'm watching him warm up, man. He's feeling good at the table right now. He's gonna try to shut down that match on the first set. Yeah, you're welcome, Leo. I don't know, like I've been using the FargoRate system for match play, so like fair match. They call it Fargo Fair Match. And then there's like a mild, a medium, and a hot setting. So I've been using it, and when the Fargo rates are established, the handicap works great. When it's 8-ball, the handicap works amazing. But if it's 9-ball or 10-ball, it doesn't. And if it's 9-ball or 10-ball with players that are not established with, like, say, 500 plus games, it doesn't. But anything 500 plus, usually it is, because the stats are usually pretty accurate then. But a 9-ball and 10-ball, like, low chance. Bad games to use the hot Fargo or the medium Fargo. And now FargoRate takes like all sorts of games, not just 8-ball, right? But their Fargo system is mainly set up for 8-ball. I shouldn't say mainly; it is set up for 8-ball. I think the only reason why they take 9-foot data is only because it's just access to data, but not because they feel like it's fair to rate a player like that. The thing is, if they don't rate the player on the 9-foot, then they miss out on that reading or on that data. But that's the problem with FargoRate. It's flawed. There should be a 9-ball FargoRate, a 8-ball FargoRate, or maybe a 9-ball, 10-ball FargoRate, and then an 8-ball FargoRate. You don't need one for each one. 8-ball and or 9-ball and 10-ball should kind of go hand in hand. 8-ball should have its own FargoRate setting. And I think once they do that, it's gonna help somewhat. But then there's other things you gotta take into account, like how many turns at the table per player, which now you're gonna be keeping a lot of data up, and that's gonna be more of a hassle for the player. So likely they're not gonna want to do it. But that's the only way you can get a fair system out of Fargo. You have to include the table size, and you have to include the turns, because maybe a guy broke dry, right? So you're thinking, okay, well, the other guy had a chance, so FargoRate shouldn't get bumped up. But maybe that guy broke dry. The other guy missed his first shot, left the table for that guy that broke dry, and then he went and ran it out. That data should be in there too. Our first fight, says Harold. I didn't even know it wasn't a fight, man. It's kind of like my marriage sometimes. Like, what? What happened? Oh, I don't know. I'll just get in the car and drive. Gene Peacock says I rank a level higher in 9-ball than I do in 8-ball. Okay, so that might be something that could be taken into account. So let's say, for example, if he was a 3 in 8-ball, then he would be at 4 in 9-ball. I think that would kind of balance out a little bit. I like that. See, and the pressure is starting to set in here for Jordan, because he was already on the hill, and now his opponent has a chance to get on the hill. So you can see little signs that it's affecting him already mentally. If Brian can find a way to win this game and get on the hill, that's going to be enough to put a lot of extra pressure on Jordan. Now Brian should have a chance, or should have the edge, and should be able to win that match at that point. All he's got to do is just finish this table. He doesn't have to run it out. He just has to win it. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot, Gene. I think I'm gonna run with that. It just makes sense. It's like it's an extra game, but technically, like, it's 9-ball and 10-ball, so when a guy misses on the 6 or 7, there's only 2-3 shots remaining on the table. You know, chances are that even a 2 can finish that table. So it should be, you know, something where it's fair. I'm going to try that out. Not next week coming up because I'm busy with work and I'm going to be out of town working. But the week after that, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it works. We're going to do a 9-ball tournament with that setup. See if it works. What do you guys think in your mind is the best handicap system currently for pool? And I mean, a lot of you guys are playing in different leagues, so you have an idea, right? And you can just say, well, you know, this league, and then I'll know which league, and then I'll have an idea because I'm pretty familiarized with handicapping in the States as well as here in Canada. But FargoRate seems to be the leading one. I think anything that's individual stats is what really counts. Anything that's based on teams is no good. So I'm thinking CPA will probably be a good handicapping system, or APA if you're in the States. I'm looking for the perfect touch for the 1 ball. He's going to be hooked. We all do it, man. We all do it all the time. And now the problem is that, like, he was looking for the tiniest window. A small window between the 8 and the 12 is a very, very, very tiny window. What he should have been looking for is to just get past the 12 ball, and then that window would have been a little bit wider. Now, had he overran the cue ball a bit, it still would have been okay. He still would have been able to make the shot on the 1 ball. He just would have had a tough shot on the 2 ball afterwards. But at least you're playing on the right side of the percentages by playing on the positive side of the shot. Right now, he's on the negative side of the shot. In other words, you know, low percentage to make it. 2 ball's about the best option he has. And I can tell you, like, he might have to spin this off the rail first. Unless he's got the perfect angle on it. And then if he does, you might be able to break out that 1 ball or get above the 1 ball. But if you're trying to do that, you might miss the shot on the 2 ball. Here you got to make the shot first, let the shape work out on its own. Good shot. It's like you can hear me on the mic. And now he's going to have a shot on the 1, and it's a bit challenging. But, you know, if you just make it, you figure out your angle on the cue ball, where that 8 ball is going to go after that, and you put that all into perspective, you can make a good sound decision on how to approach this 1 and still get out. I'm thinking we're probably going to have to make this 1 and maybe just push through onto the 8. If you can just caress the 8 ball a little bit, come off the left cushion and back off to the right, you might be able to get that 1 ball to the bottom left corner after this. They were looking at the 1 ball to see if they need me to come up to ref the shot, but they both agreed that it's okay. Stephen Valley says BCA and FargoRate. Gene Peacock says, we're going on APA system here. I've never played under any other system. Well, and do you find that the APA system is fair, or do you find that there's a lot of times that people you play against aren't ranked properly? They should be ranked higher. Or do you feel like the people you play against should be ranked lower? Because that would also tell me, you know, how the system works. What's up, Kurt Craig? Brad Delph. Well, turnover on the table. Jordan Fector with a chance to close out, and now he should be relaxed here because, you know, he's on the hill, and if he wins, it's over. But believe it or not, he's going to have some pressure on this one still. And it's not really pressure; it's more about, you know, excitement, anxiousness, you know, because you're about to win 1 more game to get into the championship match, right? So all those little thoughts are going in your head while you're shooting at the table and you're looking at each shot, and it may not start off there, but as you get close to the end of the run out, that's when you start thinking about it more and more and more. He's already thinking about it, though. You can see he's already lost position. And now he's on survival mode. Find the shot, make the shot, keep going. Take too big of a shot and miss, you might sell the table. You do have a guarantee that you're on the hill and it's still one more rack, but you would like to win it here. Makes a great cut on the 9. Straight setup here for the 15 to the side pocket. He can smell the finish line. He can see it. 2 balls remaining after this, and see, I'm telling you, man, it happens to every player, especially at the lower levels. You feel that anxiousness. You get excited. You feel like you're about to win, and you're thinking about everything else. Next thing you know, you miss the shot or you get hooked. And now this is a good thing for Brian, but for Jordan, this is going to play a big part for the next rack, if there is a next rack. He's all in. Got to make the shot. Got to spin your way into the shot. At 3, should not be able to hit this ball. And he doesn't. If he hit that ball, man, I'm officially ranking myself a 3 next week. He says, the nerves, Rod, the nerves. Yeah, and I know. I can see it. I can tell. And that's the difference between, you know, the lower level players and the higher level players. The higher the player, the higher ranked player, or the higher the ranking of the player, I should say, the more they tend to deal with these mentality issues better. And that's all it really is a mentality issue, right? If he takes the second there to reset before shooting, to let that emotion and feeling go through, and then he could have reset and just made the shot for the finish by drawing back. Right? But he's thinking to himself a bunch of different things. He shoots, the next thing you know, he has like a brain fart, gets hooked to the 8 ball. Now Brian will have a chance to tie things up. You'll make it. It's Hill on the TV table once again. It's a good day. The 6th and final rack coming up. 3-2. Hill. 1 point difference. And right now you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe the 1 game spot was appropriate. If you weren't watching him play, you can say that. But if you're watching him play, you should know better. He's a 4. But I mean, right now, he's proving that he's a 3. But I feel like he's just, you know, it's the nerve, the mentality. If you remove the mentality away from him, he's a definite 4. But when you add the mentality, you can see the 3. Russell Alderman, welcome to the stream. Champion Mike Delgado, welcome. Chandra Mohan Kumar, welcome to the stream. Gene Peacock says, you know, mostly I think it's fair, but with any system, there are people that can and do sandbag. Personally, I think that's something the league should not put up with. And if I play someone like that, I make a point of reporting it. I even heard a guy say he loses on purpose to keep his rank lower. As far as I'm concerned, that's cheating. Well, and that is, right? And you'll see people will try to manipulate the FargoRate system as well, and every other system that's out there. Like, it's just, you know, ever since they decided to create handicaps and pool, it's been the story. Prior to that, though, when everybody used to, like, you know, just have to deal with the best game that they had, and there was no handicaps, you never had that issue. You just knew how good people were and how bad people were. You just knew it, right? And the people that weren't very good, like, they tried harder to become better because that was the only way to survive. There was no other way. Now there's too much shelter, man, and it takes away from the game, I feel. It's unfortunate, but it's what we developed, right? It's kind of like social media. And, oh, I know I said that. Oh, I know I said that. But it's kind of like social media, right? Like, social media was supposed to be the answer for better things, and instead it just distracted everyone. Handicapping systems don't work. Social media is not the answer, but it's a lot of fun. Ooh, I don't wanna die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Yeah, Jordan's feeling it over there. And I told you that was going to happen, right? Like you can, and this stuff kind of happens at the higher levels too. But how the player reacts depends on how much growth they have mentally. Because sometimes guys will not phase out at all. They will just play the game and just play good no matter what's going on. But then there's other times where, you know, mentally, like, it just takes something, one little thing. Like you made a mistake and your opponent ran you out when you were supposed to win that game. That's all it takes. Now you're like totally deprogrammed. You can't play. You have a tough time on the table. Mentality is weird when it comes to pool. And we don't realize it when we're growing up in the game at the beginning because, you know, we're just having fun and people shark us out and we shark them out. And, you know, it's just like, you know, having some fun type thing. But when you get to the higher levels, that's when you see it all, right? That's when you understand there's a certain discipline that's required to be successful. And one of the biggest things is being mentally strong at the table. And that's tough to do all the time. You can do it most of the time, especially when things are going your way. But when things are not going your way, believe me, I was just there on Thursday, a little bit there today too. It's tough. It's tough. It makes you want to, you know, just snap your cue. It makes you want to quit playing pool. It makes you want to stop playing tournaments. It's a negative thing. It can be a destroyer of the game. What you have to understand is that we all go through it. And it doesn't matter. Even the pros go through it. You know, you see it all the time. The pros are playing and they have like this shot and it looks like it's a standard routine shot and then suddenly they miss it, right? Like everybody goes through it. You can never avoid it no matter how much you work on it. But what matters is how you react to it when you know that it's happening. You either give in and lose your cool and your temper, or you realize what's going on and you find your zen and focus and just try to overcome it. Now, that's the way you want to be, but it's tougher to do. The more you try, though, the easier it becomes. So it's a process, just like everything else in pool. And now, right now, like, BRIAN KENASCHUK has the edge in this match because mentally he's more prepared to win than Jordan is, because Jordan is still feeling the anxiousness and you know, he's got the flaws mentally at the table that are affecting him to be able to get the finish. Just like that one right there, see? He's asking if that's a ball in hand or not, and it's not a ball in hand. He just gets to move the ball back to where he thinks it was. And if he thinks it's not there, then they can move it back. But usually the opponent will move it back to where they think it was. And I'm trying to go sideways to look at this, but it won't let me. Oh, yeah, so BRIAN did put it up roughly where it was in the same way. I thought maybe he put it a little bit further up or tighter, but it was in the right spot. By the way, I know it says 2 minutes and 16 seconds right now on the clock. It's rolled over. It's been an hour, so it's an hour and almost 3 minutes now into this match. Just trying to keep it cool. Doesn't want to give away too much of opportunity. And he's left him, you know, a combination. The one ball is available to the corner. Not a bad table, man. I feel like if he gets a positional shot on the 2 ball, he should be okay. He doesn't even have to break that out. The only thing that he has to work on is the shot on the 1, the shape on the 2, and a shot on the 6. If you can solve those 3 areas of the puzzle, then you solve the puzzle. The opening shot shouldn't be a problem or even a question. He came in tight on that 1 ball, but he's still okay. And now he might have to crash into this. I would avoid crashing into it. I would just draw this off the rail and set up for the 6 ball next if you can, or the 2 ball next. Oh, that's the 4 ball there, so that's why I had to break it out. Okay. I see why he had to now. But he left himself tough. He left himself really tough. I don't think the 2 ball goes to the corner anymore. 4-6 combo is not a 4-6 combo is not a possibility. All you got left is the 5 ball, and you need to get the cue ball somewhere on the left side where you can get onto the 3. That's the only option you really have. Or getting above the 4 and 6 and making one of them to the side pocket. That would be the other option. Yeah, so it seems like FargoRate is probably the best. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say that APA isn't very fair either, and CPA isn't much fair either. But CPA is the Canadian Pool Association, Pool Players Association. And they seem fairly fair. What about CCS or ACS? Any of you guys play in those? Do you think their rating systems are fair? Or their handicapping system? Because I know in ACS, like when it comes to their big events, they go by novice, intermediate, and advanced. That's the way they do their ranking system. It seems a little more generic, but you can probably fit people adequately in each section. So I'm assuming that it might be a more fair and balanced competitive league. But I never played in the CCS, which is the Canadian CUESPORTS Association, or ACS, which is American CUESPORTS. Just trying to control the table. Winner of this has to try to double dip Mitch Dupont next. Mitch Dupont has stopped playing for about 5 minutes now. But he was warming up for quite a bit, so he should be good to go in this championship match. We're going to go straight into it as soon as this match is over. I'm playing an event next weekend for the 625 and under here. And I'm going to try to do some practice tonight because I'll be busy going out of town and working every day starting tomorrow. Well, starting tonight, really. Try to do as much as I can tonight. Tomorrow, I'll be on like 4 hours sleep each day for the next few days until I go out to work. Last minute job. They called me like about a couple of months ago, and then I was waiting for everything so I can get it going. They kind of hesitated. They decided to go with somebody different, and then when they went with somebody different, that person didn't work out for them. So now they had to call me, and that left me stuck with having to do a bunch of work over the next couple of days, which would normally take me about 3 weeks to get it all done. So I'll be busy. I think I'm only staying here to play pool for an hour after, and the only reason I'm doing it is because I know like I won't see a pool table for an entire week now. I got to play in league on Tuesday, but I may not play Tuesday. We'll see. Only if I get my work done in time. Kishan Ray, welcome to the stream. And Bruce Jensen, welcome to the stream. Debbie Cornell, welcome to the stream. It's the final showdown in this matchup. Last rack. Winner wins. Brian having the mental edge on this matchup, so he should be the guy that wins. Jordan Fecto, well, he's a pretty good 3. And if he can shake off the mentality side of things and get resetted mentally, he could win the game. Right now, Brian has a chance to close out, though. Just needs to get set up here for the 13 ball next. And any shot on the 13 will do, but you want to get somewhat straight on it. He was supposed to draw back a little bit more than that, and now he's going to be stuck. Maybe a bank side on the 9 ball. That's about the only thing he can do. Got to watch the top spin you put on this too, because you might end up getting that cue ball to come back off the rail and then behind that 4 ball again, having a tough shot on the 13. The idea here is if you're going to take the bank is that you have a shot on the 13 ball also. So you want to hit this with like 2 speed and some follow. 1 speed would be too soft, so you want to go 2 speed on this one. 3 speed would be too much. It's about a 2 speed. Missed the shot to the side. Now he's also tied up that 6 ball, so that alone might give him another chance. Though I do feel like the 6 goes to the side from this angle. It looks tight from that angle, but from this angle, it looks like it's easy, like it goes in. We're going to find out right away if it does or not. Jordan Facto at the table with a chance to close out. 8 ball sitting in the bottom right corner. Needs to come down table now with a 2 ball. Needs to make a decision on whether or not he's going to set up for the 4 ball next or come all the way down for the 6 ball next if it goes to the side. If it doesn't go to the side, then you got a lot more problems than just that 6 ball. You got to figure out how to break it out, how to play shape, and how to get the finish. Missed opportunity from Jordan's going to bring Brian back to the table, and he's got a decent opportunity here, but still some work. He can back cut this 13 ball to the bottom left corner, which will take the cue ball towards that 9. Not guaranteed that he's going to have a shot on the 9, but he will at least be going towards it. He can bank the 9 to the side pocket, which might be the better option. I'm not a banker, man, but if I was a banker, I would say that's the better option. Because then the cue ball is coming forward and down towards that 8 ball, which will set you up for the 13 ball. Now, as long as you don't hit that 13 ball on the bank from the 9, then you should be out. But at the same time, you're going to open up the only ball that, you know, is your opponent's problem right now. So you're all in after this. You can't turn the table over anymore. Unless you play a good safety. Oh, man, he's going to lose the cue ball and scratch to the corner. And Jordan will have a chance to close out with a ball in hand. And now you're thinking, well, the 3 is going to be okay here because he's got a ball in hand. But there's still 5 balls at the table. There's still a little bit of room for troubles. Now, if he's not a 3, he'll run this out. If he is a 3, he'll run into trouble still. We'll see, because a 3 will have a mental breakdown at some point here when they start feeling like they have it. Unless they make the right choices and everything sets up naturally, then they won't. And right now, it's looking like he's setting up everything naturally. So all he's got to do here is just roll up for that 4 ball and not leave the 4 ball for the finish. All right, so he's accomplished that. He's got a good line in on the 4 ball. He can set up the line that he wants for the 2 ball. I would like to roll the cue ball up a bit here, maybe about a foot and a half. You want a little bit of angle so you can come down table. He's going to just stop it right there. He's looking to play top spin instead. I was looking to play side spin coming off the cushion. And he's feeling pretty good. So he brought that cue ball close enough to that 8 ball. He should be good for the win now. A 3 or a 4 would be good on the win here. Debatable. Debatable. 3-3 final score. The most dangerous 3 in Winnipeg will win once again. Mitch DuPont coming up to the table now. Yeah, you guys are playing now. This is 0-0. Jordan wins. You're a 5 and he's a 4, yeah. Yeah, because it goes back. The first set, he's the A-side winner, yeah. So they have to play the first set 5-4, second set 4-3. Yeah. Third was already taken by the guy that finished second on the A side, Chuck. Because he should have been playing Jordan right now. Yeah. All right, so Mitch is going to get going on this table. We're going to get the clock reset. We're going to get the scoreboard reset. We're going to put Jordan will stay on the right because Mitch won the A side. So usually whoever wins the A side, I'll put him on the left. This is a 5-4 race. Oh, and I had Brian's last name spelled wrong. I apologize, Brian. And I didn't realize till now. I should have realized a long time ago. Apologies, apologies, apologies. And I have it spelled right on the see ya, man, have a good night. I have it spelled right on the challenge. I just don't have it right on the scoreboard. Mitch, what's your Fargo? Okay. I think it was 544. Doesn't really matter, but I just want to put it up there. Yeah, 544. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get this going right away. All right, we're about to get officially started in this matchup. Got to make it official. 544 versus 474. A 5-4 race in this championship match. Jordan Fechtel to break first. Almost made a ball. What's up, Matty Boy on YouTube? I'm kind of getting into the games, man. So I gotta start the clock. I'm kind of getting into the game, so I wasn't paying attention to the chat. It says, "Hey Rod, are you playing in the tournament tonight?" Ha 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 ha. I don't want to talk about it. I entered the tournament. I didn't play in the tournament. I entered the tournament. No, it wasn't that bad. I played some good matches. I lost back to back, but I lost with some honor. The first one, anyway. The second one, I didn't have any honor in that one. I lost 5-1. The second one, I lost 5-5. I was going to 6. My opponent was going to 5. It was a rough day. You know, a lot of bad luck still from like Thursday. Same stuff. I just need the training, man. I just got to work on my game. That's all there is to it. You can't really keep blaming the table when it's me that's not putting the time in. Table hasn't done anything. It's just sitting there. And if I put the time in, I won't get into such troubles like I've been getting into in the last few tournaments. Yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily say that I was playing in the tournament. I was just a part of it. I got my name on the list. Then I gave my money away, and that was it. But at least you're out playing. Yeah, I guess you're right, man. I guess you're right. Count your blessings, not your mistakes, right? Russian Crush Gaming says Sandbagger. Oh, you know it, and I know it. I donated tonight, yeah. And, I didn't donate on Thursday, but I felt like I donated my ass, man, because it hurt for a few days. That ass whooping that I got from Hanyu was just too much, man. He spanked me 6-0 on Thursday. And it wasn't like one of those things where like he was just playing amazing and I wasn't. It was just I was getting bad rolls. And he played pretty good. But yeah, it was tough to sleep on Thursday night. I rolled around for a couple of hours. I couldn't sleep properly. Then when I walked into the scene today, when I walked in here, I did my best not to look at the 9-foot tables because if I did, it was going to break my spirits again. Just the flashbacks of everything that was happening that day. At the end, I got the flashbacks anyway because the games ended up being weird, man. A lot of my games ended up being weird with a lot of like just bad rolls, funny rolls. Nothing I can do about it, so I'm okay. That's why I said I didn't want to talk about it, Maddie. Now I gotta go grab a tissue and cry, man. Way to go. Oh no. I thought he was warmed up and good to go, but he'll miss that shot to the corner. And we'll turn the table over here to Jordan. Very limited on what he can do, though. Side pocket is about the only option. He's left a shot on the 1. Not much angle to get onto the 5, though, so I'm not sure you're going to want to take that one. Russian Crush Gaming says, I think he could have played the 1 off the 12. Yeah, he might have. Maybe he didn't see it. That's the thing about being an instinctive player. When you're an instinctive player, you usually stick to your instincts. So if you were married to making the 12 ball, for example, then you would have married to make the 12 ball no matter what, at all costs. Where a methodical player would, walk around and look for other options and say, well, maybe I can do this instead. I don't like playing instinctively, but I do see a lot of players play instinctively, and they are very good that way. I just can't. My game is not like that. Robert Griffiths says, Rod, tell your cameraman, good job. Thanks, man. I patted myself on the back as soon as I read that. I wanted myself to know that you meant it. What's up, Kelsey? What's up, bro? Richard Shutters, Craig Murky, Michael Ross. Reese Lewis says that was a nice run out. And Joey Sotel, welcome to the stream. Dennis Brzezinski, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Steve Opperman, welcome to the stream. Oh, he made a great shot, and he's going to have a shot. Tough one on the 5. That's one that you got to take your time on. Oh, no, and it's going to hang up. He was going to scratch as a ball in hand for Jordan. Now, the one good thing here is that he's got that ball blocking the 12 ball, but you got a ball in hand right now, so you should be playing the 12 into the 9, or just playing the 12 ball to the corner, or just play the 12 ball, period. We'll see if he does or not. He may feel like he doesn't have to. He may feel like he's just running into the 12, pushing it towards the 5 might be enough. And it's all up to the player. Experience, knowledge will play a part on the decision making. CUESPORTS Academy, welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. 9:15 in the evening here in Winnipeg. We went down from 20 degrees when we first started the tournament today down to 15 degrees Celsius. It says clear skies, man, but I don't know. It's night. I can't tell. Too busy looking at my phone, man. I don't want to look up. Oh, he's looking good to take the first game here. A couple of things he's got to work out. He was trying to work it out. Worked out good here, though. Didn't give Mitch much on the 5-ball. And even if he was trying to spin off the rail to hit this 5, there's a small chance that that cue ball might follow through and scratch. And only because that 5-ball is so deep in the pocket. Yeah, he would have been out for sure. Now he sees it says rush and crush. Yeah, he didn't see it then. Does a 14 go on the side? Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. So now he's using this angle to break out that 14 off that rail. Ball in hand is the only way he could have really got that accomplished. So, and he needs more angle in this, but he should still be able to give it a good little bump. Looks like you can still see the 14. He's getting down quickly to the shoot. Oh, and he just graced that other stripe and it still went in. I know, that's weird. Interesting shot because he graced the 10 ball a little bit, but it still ended up making the shot to the side pocket. Now he ended up tough here, especially because you can't really stretch out on the shot. You have to use an extension for it, which removes some of the feel from the shot. Tough decision to make here. Now what he could do is just try to play the bank safe to try and bring the cue ball over to the right side cushion. If he can freeze it to the right side cushion, it might be enough, because that 5 is so deep that it makes it tough for him to make it. It also makes it tough for him to be able to hold position for the 8 ball. And now if you don't like this, you can maybe try like a 2 bank corner to try to take over that 5 ball, but I'd rather take this cue ball to the right side. Looking for some luck here. Oh, man. A 3 with luck is more dangerous than James Bond and 007 movies. You're in trouble, man. Trevor says, go Mitch DuPont. Leon Roberts, silly boy, welcome to the stream. I think he stopped the white ball from scratching on that one, Harold. He picked up the cue ball as it was going into the pocket. Just a shot, he says. And so now he's gambling that his opponent's going to maybe try to play a safety and then maybe he'll hit it a little bit too hard, or that he'll end up leaving him a shot on the 8 ball somehow. This is a touch shot. You got to be perfect on it. Let's take a look at the gap. Off the rail. All right, so I would have kicked it from the side cushion. He's going to kick it from the top cushion. Now he's looking at the side cushion. Now, if he hit it from the top cushion, it would have been okay, but the problem is that the cue ball would have followed up. Now, from the side cushion, all he had to do was just watch the speed of the shot. Then he could have hit that ball, come off the top rail, and then froze up to it. Ball in hand on the 8. Mitch will strike first and take the first game. A bit of a battle on that one. Signs of things to come in this championship match. Take it easy. 2 great guys and a good match, eh, Rod? Says Dave Wilkes. Absolutely, man. Take it easy. the music all night. Rack number 2. Mitch DuPont to break. He's leading by 1. We'd like to keep that going. Ball goes in, and you'll have a chance at the table. And this is a nasty one, but you kind of want to be high ball, so it's not that bad. We'll see what he thinks. What's up, Matty? He says he hit that 14 so bad it was good. Yeah, that was, I don't know, that was weird, man. Because he just graces. Technically, he's supposed to like not hit that ball at all, but he hit it perfectly. Weird, man. Pool's a weird game, I'm telling you. It almost feels like there's ghosts around the table all the time, just moving balls around to give you some troubles. And it's hard to understand how like these top players usually don't get into any of these troubles. And I think a lot of it is because they recognize that trouble's on its way, so then they'll do everything to avoid that area, specific area to where they're going to be in trouble. And they're better at recognizing those situations than most of us, I guess. That's what makes them the pros. Yeah, I'm playing League this year. I played League last year. I didn't play the year before. My body just was, shutting down on me, so I couldn't really do much. But last year I played, and I had a pretty decent year. I think we finished in 4th, so it wasn't a bad year. 4th in the playoffs. I think we finished 5th, 6th in the league. And this year I'm playing with my own team again, so we're slightly stacked and ready to go. We had a match last week. We won 4-2 in that match. Just the beginning of the season, though. And here we have a 28-week season, so it's a pretty long season. It's almost better to play the Winter League and the Summer League than it is to play the Fall League because it's so long. But the Fall League playoffs are so exciting here that's the main reason why people love playing in the 28-week season. Fabian Iron Eagle, how you doing? My brother from another mother. And Jerry Young, welcome to the stream. Helen Lillashute, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Not much, Leon. Not much, man. Just 5-hour sleep, surviving the day. Then I gotta go home and work all night, man. I got 2.5 days to get 3 weeks worth of work done. Sounds like a lot of fun, right? I know I'm looking forward to it. I'm really not, but I have no choice. You want to make money, man, you got to work. That's just the way it goes. And if you got a tight deadline, you got to suck it up, Buttercup. Just the way it goes. How much does it cost per week? Wants to know, Maddie. To play in league, and what's the purse at the end of the season? So for us, it hasn't really changed. We've had like 5,000 for first for like the last 20 years, it feels like. So it doesn't usually change. No matter how many teams are up, it seems like 5,000 for first all the time, which is decent. But we've had that like with 18 teams or 22 teams. So like, and we had it with like even 14 teams once. I remember we had it at that payout too. And it usually costs, depending on the level you play. For me, I play in SV1. I believe it is $20 a week plus plugs. Might be 15. I don't know. Can't remember. All I know is that it's plus plugs. It's either 15 or 20, but I'm pretty sure it's 20. Same with Premiere. Gene Peacock says Tuesday will be my 4th week in this season or in this session. Our sessions aren't as long as yours though. Yeah, and you know what? Like they're set up in a way where it's not too much of a commitment for the player. Where the way we're set up, it's like it demands a lot. You know, you need to find guys that are willing to put in 28 weeks, and then the minimum required to play in the playoffs is 14. So then your 6th guy has to try to find a way to get 14 weeks in there too. It makes it, a little strenuous, a little, stressful. But I don't know. We've been doing it for years, man. So you just keep playing. Ouch, says Russian Crush. Tried to make the 8-ball. He's going to scratch. Ball in hand for Jordan. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. I feel like the tables are playing funny today, but I think the tables are playing funny today, but I think it's because normally those fans are on and they're not on today. So maybe like it's a little slicker, right? Yeah, well, yeah, could be actually on the cooler. Yeah. Yeah, so I wouldn't call my slicker. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting cold. As soon as it hits like 22 degrees, so everybody's sweating in here. Yeah. Larry Hanatsu, welcome to the stream. Bryce Johnson and Daniel Holland, welcome to the stream. The starburst, the ball doesn't go in. Shot on the 8-ball available. Howard Nelson commented on your post on Manitoba pool scene. Is Howard Nelson thinking about playing in the 55 plus? Oh, that reminds me. I didn't see who won that game. Is it 1-1? 2-all? 2-0. Okay. I just didn't see who won that game. I guess I should have just asked who won that game. Trying to be complicated like my wife. I mean, no, she's never complicated. What am I saying? I forgot I got to go home tonight. Yeah, that's right. Mute the mic. I love my wife, by the way. I gotta see this comment from Howard. What's up, Howard? How you doing, bro? Just watching the stream. Oh, and I gotta do this here. Did I not send? Okay, it went through. It's going to put up a couple of posters or a couple of events that I got coming up. Give me a second, Matty boy. I see that you asked a question there. Just trying to get this poster set up. Oh, I can't see it, man, because I have my phone closed. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell. Yeah. I'm just trying to load up these posters. All right, that's been set up. Took me a little bit of time there to get that set up. I'll show you guys after. Matty Boy wants to know 5-0 coming up, says Russian Crush. You never know, man. He might shake it off. He was dominating everybody with his 3 earlier, but now you know, like it's the last match of the night, so this is like reality check, right? You're playing for everything now, and changes the way you play, changes the way you think sometimes, which is what the better players are good at controlling, is how you think in these situations. Maddie wants to know, what's your rank out of Manitoba players, would you say, Rod, when you're shooting your best, of course, and then stroke? Well, we have our highest level is Premier level here. Second highest level used to be SV2, and now what the second highest level is SV1. I'm ranked SV2. And I played in Premier twice so far. The first time I played in Premier, I didn't do very good. The last time I played in Premier, I finished in 13th out of like 100 plus guys. But that was, 2018, 2019, something like that. It's been a few years. I think if I'm playing my best game, I'm definitely at a Premier level. With FargoRate, like I think I'm a 591. I might have dropped down from there. But with a FargoRate, when I'm playing good, I'm playing like I'd say like a 700. I don't know if I go like 720. I'd say like a 700 when I'm playing good. When I'm trained, I'm playing definitely 700. When I'm playing good, I'm playing 700. But when I'm trained, it's like a constant 700 because I'm usually not missing. I'm usually way more focused, making the right shots all the time. And I can usually see all the like unlucky rolls ahead of time too, which is missing big time in my game right now. And the only reason why it's missing is just because I'm not addressing it. I'm not thinking about it, right? Small circle, big circle, man. But I'm pretty much a 600, and I think 600 is right for my without training average. With training average, I would say definitely like 675 up to 700. And I'm basing this not on just me saying like I'm that good, but me saying that that's the way I performed when I was playing my best. Nobody can really beat me then. Even the guys that are top players now, like those guys couldn't beat me back then either. And they were all higher level players than me. But it's the training, man. That's what makes a difference. I'm not training right now. Though my couple of losses that just went by today and then the loss on Thursday is making me think about going back to the snooker table. And once I do that, then I'm officially back in training. And then I'll be shooting like a 700 all the time. It's just, snooker just changes your mentality altogether. It increases your focus in a way that no other game could. If we look at some of the best players in the world, most of them have a snooker background. It's not coincidence. And that's male or female. Alison Fisher, one of the best female players in the world, snooker background. Guys that may not have a snooker background would be like Shane Van Boning. But like Efren, all those guys back in the day, they all had a snooker background also. But snooker was a lot stronger back in like the 70s and 80s when those guys were playing. So they had to basically learn from there. But even here in Manitoba, most of the guys that play strong, they all have a snooker background or have at least tried playing snooker for a couple of years at one point. No real ball in hand, said Brad and Robert. That was the argument from earlier. Okay, thanks, guys. Sean Balakowski, how you doing? Baby Che, my little guy, I love you if you're watching. Aliana, Noah, I love you guys too. Go to bed. School night. Abbas Qureshi, welcome to the stream. Hither Padang Condolele, welcome to the stream. Condolele, yeah, okay. I thought I might have said too many lays, so that's right. I like a challenge of reading a tough name, but I butcher names automatically. It's just my natural gift. No, he didn't get bumped up to race to 4, Patrick. He is a 4 on the A side. On the B side, he's a 3. But he should be a 5 and a 4. That's the way it should be. I don't know about a 5, but I would say a 4 on both sides for sure. That would be fair. He's just playing nervous right now. And that's the only reason why like he's still good with his handicap is because mentally he has a tough time still. So that's what justifies him being a lower handicap. But as far as his playing goes, he's got a really good game. He knows how to play. It's just the pressure and the mentality, the part that, you know, has him coming up short of matches, which he'll grow eventually out of, and eventually he'll grow way more confident. And once that happens, he'll be pushing to be a 6. Because that's the way the natural path goes when you're trying to become better. Bryce Johnson says, was out in the deer stand tonight. I can tell you there are too many darn squirrels out there. Was able to watch a little bit of the stream out of there. Right on, man. A lot of squirrels, though. At least they're harmless. Well, I don't know. I've seen some squirrels attack people, but it's not too common that they will attack people. They usually kind of run away. Harold says, I saw a post. Efren is coming to Winnipeg. Do you know where? I'm looking into all those details, so that's why I haven't responded. A lot of people are asking, like, where, when, you know, but I'm working on all the details. All I know is that I seen that he is coming, but I can't talk about it until everything is, you know, kind of finalized. And I need to talk to them to their party to see what's going on. All I know is that the post is out, and that's as much as I can say. But I will let you know, Harold. You're definitely welcome to come out to Winnipeg and check him out. He's going to be doing some stops in different places, but like some of those places are, I don't know, they're not very populated places, so it's kind of questionable his tour. But there are some main spots in there, like Calgary, Montreal, Winnipeg, Vancouver. I believe he's going to Vancouver too. He's making a few stops in Alberta, and I think that's just because they have a good, healthy community out there. So it makes sense for him to kind of spread out through Edmonton and Calgary, and I think he's going to Red Deer and Cold Lake. I think that was it. 3-0. And now Mitch can start feeling comfortable at the table, which is a dangerous thing. He's got to try to remain focused here. Otherwise, he's going to open the door for Jordan to get back in the match. Yeah, you're welcome, Harold. And Zane Morrison, welcome to the stream. Jomer Ortilla, welcome, bienvenido. Or is it Homer Ortilla? Scott Krodzer, welcome to the stream. Albert Tillman, welcome to the stream. Moving into rack number 4 now. Mitch DuPont to break. He's 1 away from getting on the hill, 2 away from winning the first set. And if he wins the first set, it's over because he's the A-side winner. While we're waiting. King of the Bar Box coming up next Saturday here at the Hangar. It's a $90 entry, 16 or 24 player limit. 16 paid players. I will open it up to 24. Otherwise, we're cutting it off at 16. Race to 6 on the A side, race to 5 on the B side. Straight races, no handicaps. 2-move random ranking. Cue ball fouls only. Top 4 paid with 16. Top 6 paid with 24. That's coming up next Saturday here at the Hangar. And then the week after that, on the 30th at the Blue Room at 866 Notre Dame Avenue, we're having the King of the Hill 55 plus. Winner take most 8-ball. 16 player limit, race to 11, single elimination, 2-move random ranking, top 3 paid. 3rd and 4th will play for 3rd place. It's going to be a good showdown. Only a few people signed up for that one, though. 55 plus, and I might change it to 50 plus. The only reason it became 55 plus is because somebody specifically requested a 55 plus. So I went with it. But there's more 50 plus players asking about it than 55 plus players. So it might change to 50 plus. If you guys want to get in, you guys can message me at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. You can also add me on Facebook, and you can message me through Messenger, Facebook Messenger. Did I ever get a century? Wants to know, Matty Boy. The closest I got was 88. I was 12 points off. And my second highest was 68. I kept saying 64, but it's 68. 68 and 88. And I was averaging, I only played 2 years of snooker with no prior experience at all. But I spent my first year like dedicated to learning, not playing the rack, but actually playing shots. I think I could have done a lot more if had I stuck with it and kept playing, but I've been off from snooker for like, I don't know, 2019, 2018, whenever it was that I played last. And then I played in a tournament a little while ago, but I didn't do very good. I didn't really feel like I played. Felt more like I donated that one. So now I'm going to try to get back into it. But yeah, so I'd only played for, I practiced hard for a year. I played for 2 years altogether, including the practice sessions at the beginning. And I don't know. I felt like I was decent. You know, I felt like I can average like 16 to 32 points every turn. So I was making at least 16 points every turn, which you can win a match like that. If you take 5 turns at 16 points, you're going to get far enough ahead where you can win that game. 32 points is better, though, because with 32 points, you only make 2 turns at the table and you got your opponent under the gun. Then they have to try to get all the balls remaining or play a couple of safeties just to catch up, or snookers. But I felt like I was decent, you know, with even a 16-point average. It's like you're thinking snooker, right? So you're thinking 16 points. That's only like 2 reds, 2 blacks. But to get 2 reds, 2 blacks can be challenging depending on how the first red is, what position it's at, and where the cue ball's at. So it's not that easy. And keep in mind, pockets are tighter. Much tighter. And Jerry Morris, welcome to the stream. So close to the century, though, man. If I would have got a century in my first 2 years of playing snooker, like I would have said this game is easy. But I never did. And the closest I got to was 88. And I was like phenomenally in stroke at the time, playing for, you know, quite some time. It wasn't like I just picked up my cue, wasn't playing, then I ran an 88. I was playing like almost every day. So 88 was something that was on the target line, right? It's kind of like my straight pool. I play straight pool when I train, and I try to do 100 points every time I play. Highest I've done is 48 on that. But, you know, once you get past 3 racks, like once you get past the second rack, you start feeling like you're in stroke, like you're what they call dead stroke. It's a false illusion, though, because straight pool requires a lot of great pattern play and knowing when to make the right shots and when to stay away from the wrong ones, which, you know, that's the process of learning straight pool altogether, is just understanding when to go for a shot, when not to go for a shot, and which shots to go for when you're in that area. But the more you play, the more you try to get to 100 points, the more you start getting better runs, and the more you start seeing the patterns better. You also stop making bad choices, which is going to help your game in 8-ball and 9-ball and 10-ball. Gene Peacock says, pockets are tighter, balls are smaller, and the table is huge. Love it. That's right. 6x12 is, you know, no play in the park. That's you're in the open field at that point. Big table. But believe it or not, the table isn't as big when you're playing all the time. It's an average table. It feels no different than a 9-foot. Except for when you're on like really, really long shots, like cutting down a rail, for example. That's when you feel the snooker table. And on a 9-foot, you wouldn't feel that, but on a snooker table, you will. But if you're a good potter and you get into the red-black area and you can, get a decent run in there, you'll see that snooker is not that hard once you're in that area. What's hard to do when you're in that area is to play the right shape to continue to stay in that area. That's the challenge of snooker. And there's a couple ways you can learn how to do that, but I would have to show you. And these drills will also help you to increase your focus level, which is a bonus. It can only be done on the snooker table. And I'm telling you, like, it's a 2-for-1. So you get to learn how to play position off the top rail for the black and the reds. And you get a lot of focus out of it, incredible focus out of it. My most favorite game in the world. It's hard for me to find a spot where I can play where it doesn't hurt my legs. And I don't have a big enough house where I can just slap in a 12-foot table in my basement. I wish I could. If I had the choice, I would buy a snooker table over a diamond table, a predator table, or any other table. And if I had a choice for which kind of snooker table I would buy, I would likely buy a star table. Though I really, really, really enjoy the Riley tables. 4-0, he's on the hill. On the hill and waiting for a chance to go for the kill on this one. Jordan Fechtel with his back against the wall. Toughest match he's had so far tonight. Down 4-0. And this is where, you start learning mentality. If you can come back in this match, it will help you out. Zupko, I know you're watching. I just seen your, I seen that you're watching. It's going to become a regular thing in a sense, but only every second week because I got to run other tournaments. But I'm thinking of, like, if I'm here at the hangar, like Saturdays for a tournament, on those days I can still run the 9-foot tournaments too. It just wouldn't be streamed, but nobody really cares about that because the competition you get out of 9-foot, makes up for the lack of getting the stream pressure that most people are looking for when they come out to play in tournaments. It's not that everybody wants to be on the stream because they want to be seen on the stream. People want to be on the stream for two different reasons: to get their game dissected by me so they can figure out how to improve, or to figure out where they went wrong. Or they do it for the pressure mentality because it's tough to play on the table, on TV table, and play your best all the time. But if you play on it more and more often, well, you get used to the pressure, you get used to the nerves, and it changes your game. It matures your game mentally. So that's the reason why people look for the stream. But usually, like, it's here for the people around me. Usually, it's because they want me to assess their game and kind of give them some pointers, which I do most of the times. I'll make little notes here. I'll make little mentions. Like, this guy is popping up on the shots too much. Needs to stay down. Needs to work on his grip or whatever, right? Gene says, snooker helps an 8-ball when someone leaves you hooked. Most of the time, I can make a good hit. That and stroke and focus, correct. So even because, like, you use the rails more often on a snooker table, it teaches you how to not play off one rail anymore, how to play more off 2 or 3 or 4 rails, 5 or 6 or 7 or even 8 rails. So it really opens up your mindset as to how to play position. And now when you switch that knowledge over to like a 9-foot, 8-foot, or 7-foot, and you can see the path of the cue ball being clear for you to play like 5, 6, 7, or 8 rails, you're going to do it more than you're not going to do it because you understand that there's no risk behind it, that you can see the line, it's going to work out perfect. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just the way it is when you're playing snooker. You can just see the line. You just know. You see the line so much, you focus so much on the line in snooker that you see it naturally every time after you train on the snooker table for a while. But I think what's the best thing about snooker, honestly, is the fact that it's challenging you to become better, right? And when you want to give up, that is the moment that you're being tested. Every time you want to give up on that table because it's too hard, that is the moment where you're about to make a breakthrough to understand how to make that shot, whatever that shot may be. You just have to learn how to find your cool, calm, collective mentality and just be more focused, which you can only get from snooker. And the only reason why is because of the tight pockets, which are even tighter on a long shot. And banks, oh my God, banks are like next to impossible to figure out on those tables. Depending on the bank though, a standard side bank, you know, that's no problem. But when you're trying to do like a long rail bank or, you know, 2-bank side or something like that, it's a lot harder to do it on a snooker table. And the reason why is because there's a sliding cue ball. So wherever you hit, the cue ball will slide over by about an inch or a half an inch. And that slide is what changes how that ball reacts for the bank. You won't know that unless you get to the table and work on it. There's a sliding rail. That's what we call it, a sliding rail. But the more you play the sliding rail, the more you understand how it works. Just like anything else in pool. Work it until you understand it. Gamara, Garcilaso, Oliver, welcome to the stream. Randy Theory, welcome to the stream. Josie, Lynx River. Jess Honey, welcome to the stream. And all the night, all day, and all the night. By the way, if you guys have enjoyed the stream today, I would appreciate if you guys will like the stream, especially on YouTube, okay? If you're subscribed to YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, just go over to YouTube and like my stream. Come back. If you don't like the ones on Facebook, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to be too worked up because Facebook doesn't do anything for creators anyway. They just take advantage of us. But YouTube, you know, the algorithm is constantly looking for improvement. So when you guys are liking the streams on YouTube, it's starting to think that, you know, okay, so pool players, we got to give the stream to pool players because they like this stuff. So, and that's the reason why you have to like it, just because it's right now the algorithm, even though I've been doing this for a few months with YouTube, it's still trying to figure out where to put my feeds, right? Now Facebook used to do that too, but Facebook doesn't care. Like there's so much competition on Facebook that Facebook just doesn't care. So they just let you stream and whatever you get, likes or whatever, it may or may not show that on other people's feeds. When you share the stream, it will show it in other people's feeds. Now for Facebook, the more you share it, the more that it's going to want to spread that word around. However, if there's nobody watching, it's going to backfire on you. So, you know, you usually don't do that too much. But on YouTube, the biggest thing is likes, shares, and subscriptions. So likes and subscriptions, it boosts you right up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can definitely do it. Don't be shy. We'll pop it up for you right now. Rod Arriagada /CSL Manitoba. Click, click, click. Last click is the most important one. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to brainwash you like the government. I'm kidding. Please don't be offended. I love the government. Just not in Canada. Oh man, those are such sensitive jokes sometimes. Dangerous stuff, man. But I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect. So if you expect perfect, don't watch me. Unless some of the top players are playing, then you can see a lot of perfection. Cue ball control sometimes. How you doing, man? Says, hey, Rod, you found some Canadian pool. Yeah. Bruce Jensen says, there you go, Rod. Thank you. Appreciate it. Joe Pelly says, no, keep it at 55 plus. Your word is gold. No, Joe. Money talks, man. If I got 4 people signed up and that's all I get, there's no 55 plus, man. Oh, man, that's going to be the last miss. It's going to be the last miss. I can't see another miss coming up. Unless Mitch is feeling, you know, pressure, but he's at 4-0 right now. He shouldn't feel any pressure. The only thing that he might feel is maybe like some anxiety or anxiousness just from being on the stream, but he shouldn't. He's been on the stream long enough. He should be comfortable here. That should be the last match, last rack. Oh man, the commentator's curse thing is real. Is it really real? I don't believe in it. Well, and he's left you know, he left himself in a good spot, so he still has a chance to win. But the thing is that, you know, he's given Jordan a chance to win now. Will he get the finish? He's got to make this big shot. Now, I don't know if that 13 ball being there really helps you in any way, but you know, maybe you feel like you should leave it there. If I was a banker, I would just bank it, which I'm not. And the reason why is because if he made that ball, like, it was going to be tough for him to get position, and now he's stuck with a bank anyway. However, now he's got a better bank angle than he had earlier. But the problem here is that this is an all-in bank, so that puts extra pressure. And usually the Mayan scrambles a little bit if you're feeling pressure. And all it takes is a small scramble, like, you know, half a tip of rights, a half a tip of lefts, slight thicker contact than usual, and you can be off. Pressure shot coming up here. Oh, Suzy Q, what a shot. What a shot. A pressure shot, and he survives the moment. Survives the moment. What a shot. The most dangerous 3 in Winnipeg is being a dangerous 4 now, or he's trying to be. He's on the board anyway. And what a way to get on there. Do or die. All the pressure on the line. Boom. In the pocket. Now that was a special moment for him and a bad moment for Mitch, because now his opponent just got a confidence booster. A reminder that he's a good player. Trouble lurks if Mitch doesn't win this next game. And Gene says, right, when I first started playing snooker, I scratched constantly. It made me want to quit, but I kept trying until I figured out what I was doing wrong. Plus some good players giving me pointers, which always helps for sure. I quit doing that and went on to love the game, and now I'm a decent snooker player, and good for you. And that's all it is. Like, if you go around the snooker halls and you go and, you know, play snooker, you're going to see players around that are really good players, and you may be intimidated by them, but they don't want to play you. They want to help you because they want more players to play snooker. So they're going to give you some tips. They're going to give you some advice. They're going to help your growth. And only so much, though, right? Because eventually you got to earn your own stripes, and nobody wants to give anybody a free ride, but they want to make sure that you're not walking away from the game, so they'll give you some tips to help your game out. But you're right, Gene. Once you start working things in, once you start understanding a little bit better, the game becomes so much easier and way more enjoyable. And you feel more accomplished on a snooker table than you do on any other table. And whether that's, you know, you make a 16-point run, a 60-point run, or a century, it makes no difference. Even 16 points, you feel so accomplished. 16 points on a snooker table can feel like a run out sometimes. And no, I'm not saying that because my average was 16. I'm being honest. Gene said he popped up. Yeah, and you know, that's when a player pops up, it's usually because they're having background thoughts. And the background thoughts are usually related to what they're doing, how they're doing it, why they're doing it, or what it means. Which is obviously the case in his mindset. He was thinking about, like, if he wins that, he's going to win 5-0. 5-0 on a stream is a pretty good day. Not for the other guy, though, I'll tell you that. I lost 6-0 on Thursday. I have trouble sleeping still. I sleep with one eye open and with my jump cue in the other hand. I've been hooked so long, man. I got to sleep with a jump cue. I wake up in the middle of the night like, honey, where's my jump cue? I need to get out of this trouble. If I had it my way, man, I would have a pool table for a bed, and I would sleep on the side. Or maybe sleep underneath it, like all those guys in Vegas when they're having too much of a good time for the playoffs. You always see pictures of somebody passed out underneath the table. They just had too much, man. But they wanted to make sure that they were there next day in the morning for their team. So the only way to be there is to make sure that you're there by sleeping underneath the table. Oh my God. I don't even know what goes through your mind when you're passing out underneath the pool table now. I would like to know though. If this is you, message me. I want to know. What were you thinking, man? Usually it's like, well, I wasn't thinking. I was under tequila. Tequila doesn't think, it just does. Here for Winnipeggers, it's wild turkey shooters. Wild turkey. Joe Pelly says, just because I'm scaring him off. I know, as soon as I put Joe Pelly paid, everybody's just like, no, make it 50 plus. Thanks for tuning in, Joe. I appreciate it, by the way. Cue ball control sometimes says, I stay down on the shot to a fault. Cue balls come and hits tip occasionally. Yeah, and you should. I mean, like, so the way you stay down on shots, how you stay down on shots matters. How long you stay down on shots matters too. How, what I mean by how is that, like, you have to be able to stay down the right way all the time. So like having a routine develop where you're shooting and staying down for X amount of seconds is usually the best way to stay down. Now, what I do is I'll say, like, count to 3 seconds after I shoot the white ball. I'll count to 3 seconds. Then after 3 seconds, I'll stand up. The problem is that when you have harder shots at the table, you tend to want to stand up faster because you're not thinking about the 3 seconds. You're thinking about the hard shot and what you got to do next. So on hard shots, what I'll do is I'll take an extra 2 seconds, right? And maybe it's only 2 seconds, but it makes a world of difference, you know, just because you'll stay down long enough to make sure that you deliver the hard shot. Now, the other way you can do it is by staying down until the cue ball stops rolling. If you can do that, usually it's pretty good. However, when you're playing some fast-paced shots and the cue ball's coming off 2 or 3 rails right towards that white ball, it's tough to stay down for that long. So you have to find something that works for you. I personally recommend 3 seconds minimum, and maximum to 5 seconds on a hard shot. If you can work on that rhythm, on that routine, it'll help you. It'll help you a lot. And Gene says, I try to stay down until the object ball drops. So that's good. That's good routine too. So it's either the cue ball stops moving or the ball drops. That works too. And usually by the time the ball drops, it's about 3 seconds. So it works out about the same. Playing all Beatles music tonight. I don't know what's going on, but I've been listening to the Beatles for like the last hour, it feels like. Not a straight shot on that one. On a valley table, that might have slopped in, but on a diamond, it won't. And this is a bit of a grinder here. It's kind of an important rack, even though one of them's on the hill and waiting for the finish here. Mitch Dupont with a turn to finish. Needs to get that 3 ball. Needs to get that 1 ball. He's looking for the shape on the 1 ball here. And looking to open up that 7 ball. Bit of a gamble that it's all going to work out. I don't know, man. I don't think you can get set up for the 7 ball. I think maybe at best you can get set up for the 3. And we'll see what he tries to do. No, he opened up the 7 ball. He wasn't able to set up for it, but he opened it up. And he'll have the shot on the 3 ball. Looks like a good plan so far. Man, that's a great shot. He'll have the 7 ball and the 8 ball remaining now for the win. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it goes to the side. He's calling the side. Side pocket for the win. He makes the shot. 5-1, the final score. He avoids a scratch. That's going to be the match. 1 hour and 3 minutes. That's how long the match was. 5-1, the final score. We'll make it official on the board. Do. All right, so we're going to pop these up real quick again just because. King of the bar box, 625 and under. So 625 FargoRate and under 8 ball. September 23rd, next Saturday, 11 a.m. start. $90 entry, 16 players up to 24 allowed. Double knockout, alternate breaks, race to 6, race to 5 on the B side, race to 6 on the A side. No handicaps, so straight races. 2-move random rack, cue ball fouls only. 16 players, top 4 get paid. 24 players, top 6 get paid. And, you know, if 625 ain't your cup of tea and you're an older player, you can play in the King of the Hill 55 plus. Winner take most 8 ball. That one's going down September 30th at the Blue Room Billiards, 866 Notre Dame Avenue. $110 entry, top 3 get paid. Third and fourth will play for third spot. 1,000 for first, 400 for second, 200 for third. Race to 11. And I got to pay these guys, so I got to get going. The Hangar, yes. Come check out the Hangar if you ever get a chance here in Winnipeg. 121 Scurfield Blvd is where we're located. If you want to give them a call to book a spot, or maybe you want to come, you know, sign up for one of the tournaments and you're running behind, or you're just driving in from out of town, you want to play, give them a call, 204-560-2929. They would love to take care of you. Brand new menu, and they love to cater out. So if you got something that you want to do indoors, they'll help you out with that. And their location, if you got a party somewhere else and you want some of the delicious food, they will help you out with that as well. And well, let me back up the camera here as we finish this up. I'd like to take a second to say thank you to everybody that took the time to like and share the stream today. You guys are awesome for doing so. I truly appreciate it. If you're looking for anything from Predator, you can message us as well. The Aero rack is one of the main things that comes to mind. It's about $100 for that rack, and it's a beautiful rack. Rack's amazing. Looking for a 9-foot Apex, you can let us know as well. We have a few in stock. Looking for the 7-foot, we have those as well. You can let us know about those. And if you want a Predator arena light to go with it, we have those as well. Anything from Jam Up Apparel that you find, you can message me, Rod Arriagada at jamupapparel.com, and I can help you out. If you want to order something, I can help you out. If you order something already, you want to know where that is, I can help you out. If you want to find out about products, I can help you out. If you want something customized for a big, larger group, I will definitely help you out. Just let me know how I can do it for you. Rod Arriagada is my name. If you guys want me to come out and cover an event for you, and it's not just pool, but it is pool right now, you can message me, Rod Arriagada at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. I would love to have the opportunity to take care of your event, and I'm telling you, I can do a lot of things. You wouldn't regret hiring me if you hired me. Or maybe you would. I don't know. I'm thinking you wouldn't, though. I try very hard. Poolaholic.com is where you want to go if you're looking for some pool apparel and accessories. Check them out. Say hi to Steve for me. Great guy. He'll take care of you. That's going to be it for now. Let's go to the last highlight. It was a beautiful bank. Under pressure. It was a great effort. The strongest 3 in Manitoba. I'll tell you right. He's a 4, but on the B side, he's a 3. Strongest B-side 3 I've ever met. But Mitch Dupont was too much on the A side. He won the A side undefeated, will win the championship match with a 5-1 score. I got to pay these guys now. That's it for now, guys. We'll do the pool wisdom. We'll call it a night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and sharing the stream. I can't say it enough. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate the support. The more you sweat in practice, the less you beat in battle. Blah, blah, blah. Get out there, work on it. I'm telling you. Every day that you put in the effort is a day that you're getting closer to your target, which is becoming the champion within. You can't get there without the practice. You can think about it all you want, but until you work on it, you can't get there. So get out there and become the champion within. I'm rooting for you. And I'm hoping that you'll come on the stream and give me the highlight of the day next. Because that's what I love, man. I love the highlight of the day. No, I will not be back with a stream shortly. Because we are done. My name is Rod Arriagada. If you guys want to add me or follow me on Facebook, you can. If you want to message me to come out to your town and cover an event, maybe you got an event of your own that you want to advertise, message me, cslmanitoba@gmail.com. Same thing goes with donations. If you guys want to support my work through PayPal or e-transfer, you can do it at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. CSL standing for CUESPORTS Live Manitoba@gmail.com. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys haven't already. CUESPORTS Live has a main YouTube channel. You can subscribe to their channel as well. First time checking us out on Facebook, make sure you like and follow, and then you'll get notified every time we go live. And if you want to add me on Facebook, man, I'll tell you, we'll be friends. Just add me. I'll see you guys at the tables next time, which should be not till next Sunday, man. No, next Saturday, sorry. I'm out of town. I'm going to be busy all week. I'll see you guys at the tables next Saturday. Have a good night, everyone. Once again, thank you for liking and sharing the stream. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your support. I hope you have a good rest of the weekend and that your week is amazing. So amazing that you look forward to sharing it with me on Saturday on the stream. I'll see you guys then. Have a good night, everyone. Cheers.